The underworld, which governs life, death, and reincarnation, was surprisingly missing 9.9 billion souls. Yet in the mortal realm, countless ghosts were wantonly slaughtering, merely because the barrier between the yin and yang realms was inexplicably damaged. Countless minor ghosts escaped from the underworld to the mortal realm. To survive, humanity reluctantly signed contracts with ghosts, becoming ghost-taming emissaries. And you, because you picked up a Xianxia book, actually transmigrated directly to the underworld, becoming an underworld emissary. After 7 years, having achieved 710 merits, you were bestowed the title of Insi by King Yama. Black Cat, having been in Night Capital for 7 years, achieved 36 major merits and 674 minor merits. You were specially appointed as Insi. Over 300 fellow underworld emissaries knelt and saluted you. Greetings, Black Cat Insi. You should know that ever since the Ghost Prison Rebellion, the underworld has not seen a Insi for over 70 years. Therefore, your investiture not only startled the entire Night Capital, but even all the ghost maidens in the underworld knew that a Insi had been born. King Yama, holding a book in his right hand, bestowed the Insi robe. 2 men were seen, carrying a black sedan chair filled with spirit money, slowly approaching. These were all necessities for the investiture of a Insi. There was a full 1,000,000 pieces of spirit money. King Yama merely waved his hand, and the spirit money transformed into a black mist. When it enveloped you, it formed a red official robe. Instantly, an unknown power surged into your body. You clearly felt your strength grow. Within your body, there seemed to be an endless supply of power. King Yama took out a blue longsword from his sleeve. Congratulations on becoming a Insi. This is a personal gift from this king to you. Thank you, Lord Yama. The moment you saw this golden blue longsword, your eyes lit up. This was a Insi artifact 100 times more powerful than ordinary ghost artifacts. Junior brother Black Cat. Congratulations on becoming a Insi. Woman wearing clothes identical to yours walked over. This woman was the first ghost you met after entering the underworld. She was also the one who brought you into the Night Capital Underworld Emissary Academy to become an underworld emissary. Senior sister Xianxia, we are all family. No need to be so polite. Xianxia waved her hand, and a golden hairpin landed in your hand. A small trinket for you. It's no worse than Lord Yama's gift. This golden hairpin was surprisingly heavy. It should also be a Insi artifact. Congratulations, host, on completing the mission, activating the Xianxia book. The host will soon be sent back to the mortal realm. Hearing this voice, your eyes welled up. 7 years ago, you were still a naive high school student. On your way home, you picked up the Xianxia book. As soon as you picked it up, you were brought into the underworld, and your first mission was issued, to become a Insi and return to the mortal realm. Now, you could finally go back. A golden light enveloped your body. King Yama and the others were all surprised. How can this be? A Insi can also go to the mortal realm? The path between the underworld and the mortal realm had split 7 years ago. Many minor ghosts could enter the mortal realm. But for a powerhouse of Insi level like Black Cat, if he were to go to the mortal realm, the price to pay would make even King Yama feel distressed. Just as King Yama was momentarily distracted, 2/3 of your body had already vanished. King Yama had no time to explain anything. He took out a scroll and threw it to you, Black Cat. You then reached out and grabbed the scroll. Your body then disappeared. In Yunchuan City, 2 figures traversed deep within the myriad spirit mountain. Are you sure that thing is here? A woman in a white tracksuit asked the middle-aged man beside her, full of doubt. He had been wandering on this mountain for over 3 hours, but still hadn't found that thing. Miss, I'm certain that thing is here on the mountain. Perhaps because it's daytime. That thing must be hiding. According to the information I received, the ghost hiding here should be a Xianxia. Hearing the 3 words, Xianxia, Wu Ming's eyes flashed with golden light. His heart stirred. If he could subdue a Xianxia ghost, he could successfully become a level 3 ghost taming emissary. 7 years ago, there were no ghost taming emissaries in this world, merely because an unknown wind blew fiercely for an entire night. Various wails and cries could be heard in every street and alley. That night was known as the arrival of terror. It was indeed ghosts, these things. They had only appeared in this world for about a year. Everyone had adapted to the existence of ghosts. And some people had subdued ghosts, signed contracts with ghosts, becoming ghost masters. "It's coming," the middle-aged man said, looking at the compass in his hand. The needle was spinning wildly. The speed was extremely fast. Such a dense ghostly aura. It might not be a perilous grade ghost. It must be more powerful than a perilous grade one. The middle-aged man's tone was very grave. Wu Min's heartbeat unconsciously quickened. A terragrade ghost seems a bit troublesome. Just at this moment, directly in front, a person appeared out of thin air, wearing red clothes. This look, this attire. There's no mistake, it's definitely a ghost. Moreover, black smoky aura was entwined around this ghost's body. This is when ghost energy is so dense to a certain extent that it subsequently materializes. Only powerful ghosts will exhibit this kind of phenomenon. Breathing the fresh air, surveying the surrounding environment, he said, as if after a long absence, "I'm finally back. 7 years. A full 7 years. Indeed. Who knows what hellish days he lived in the netherworld." A shout gave Wu Min goosebumps all over. "My ghost!" Wu Min shouted. But after a while, the ghost contracted with her surprisingly did not come out. Wu Min was stunned for a moment. Her summons was like a stone sinking into the sea, receiving no response at all. This was a situation that had never occurred before. "Elder Li," Wu Min gestured for the middle-aged man, to summon his contracted ghost. Elder Li instantly understood. He let out a cold snort and commanded, "Come out!" The next second, Elder Li's contracted ghost showed no reaction and did not appear. Unwillingly, Elder Li shouted again. Still, there was no reaction. As a ghost master, to be surprisingly unable to summon one's own contracted ghost. If this matter were to get out, it would surely make people laugh their heads off. Young lady used Taoist methods. Since they chose to come catch ghosts, they must certainly be well prepared. Wu Min took out some yellow paper from the bag on her shoulder. The yellow talisman paper was tied onto a red string. Wu Min, holding the red string, circled around you once. You looked at the woman in front of you, bewildered, as she fiddled with the talisman paper. You had no idea what she was doing. Just returned to Earth and already met a lunatic. You directly grabbed the talismans wrapped around you and tore them off. Wu Min hadn't had time to use her peachwood sword. After seeing your actions, everyone was dumbfounded. Such a fierce ghost isn't even afraid of talismans. Wu Min, unconvinced, again took out an expensive purple talisman she had bought. She dutifully stuck it on your head. You glared at Wu Min and tore the talisman paper to shreds. You lunatic! Wu Min was utterly panicked. Even the purple talisman was useless. Frantically, she stabbed at your body with the peachwood sword. Although this thing caused no harm, Wu Min stabbed at your body with such great force. It hurt a little more or less. You snatched the peachwood sword with a wave of your hand. Then broke the peachwood sword in two and shouted, "Scram! Just returned to Yangjian and already met a lunatic. How unlucky!" Wu Min was instantly terrified. Elder Li, run. This ghost is too formidable. Without any reason, Wu Min turned around and ran. You're the ghost. Your whole family are ghosts. Bad luck. Hehehe. A disheveled head floated in the air. This was a rotten half-face. It emitted very strange sounds from its mouth. Its lower body, however, was slowly walking on the ground. Such a dense ghostly aura. If I devour the other party, I will definitely be able to become stronger. Chun-Shi's head rapidly moved towards the dense ghostly aura's direction and flew. Suddenly, Chun-Shi's head stiffened. Deep within its eyes, a look of fear was revealed. Without any hesitation, it turned its head and ran. How could this be? How could such an important figure appear here? Chun-Shi ran, muttering, "Stop!" A terrifying subtle pressure instantly enveloped Chun-Shi. Chun-Shi's head floated in the air. He didn't dare make any unnecessary movements. Lord Black Cat, spare my life. Chun-Shi's first reaction was to beg you for mercy. Do you recognize me? This humble one is of your kind. I am a ghost from Yedo. Chun-Shi began to curry favor with you. Back then, you fought with the ghosts of Guiyu. This humble one even cheered for you back then. I never expected you to be a Yin Si now. Congratulations, Lord Mo Lin, his voice hissed. Tell me, what is the situation in the Yang world now? Only through Xianxia's explanation did you realize. It turns out the Yang world is now a place where humans and ghosts co-exist. Ghosts, in order to provoke the ghost cry burial, some signed contracts with humans, while others occupied certain places to cultivate alone. I wonder how my family is doing now. Don't be afraid, I won't harm you. Xianxia was greatly moved. He quickly thanked him. Many thanks, Lord, for sparing my life. Although I won't kill you, I'm also not going to let you go. You stretched out your palm and placed it on top of Xianxia's head. A formation appeared on Xianxia's forehead. Afterwards, his head and body disappeared. Congratulations. You have obtained a trace. Ghost Eye. A reminder sound suddenly appeared in your mind. Simultaneously, in your mind, a line appeared on the first page of the True Trace book. Of text. Name Xianxia. Realm. Dangerous level. Skill Ghost Eye. Underworld coin output. 20 yuan per day. Note. The higher the realm, the higher the underworld coin output. Seeing this, you were extremely excited inwardly. These underworld coins are very valuable. Back then, when you were conferred the title of Xianxia, consumed a full 1 million underworld coins. This was equivalent to the entire Yedo savings of over 30 years. This shows the importance of underworld coins. Isn't this soul-suppressing book simply a money-making machine? One dangerous level ghost can produce 20 underworld coins in a day. 10 dangerous level ghosts can produce 200 underworld coins in a day. A month would be 20,000. 10 months would be 200,000. A year would be 2 million. Doesn't this mean that as long as you capture ghosts, not only can you make money, but you can also obtain their traces? Let me out. Xianxia at this moment appeared in a spacious place. All around were walls, but there was no response. Let me out. Xianxia was just about to shout again, when he suddenly paused. He discovered that the ghost chi in this space was very dense. Even more dense than the ghost chi in the underworld. Ghost chi is the fundamental source of survival for ghosts. It is also the most indispensable thing for ghost culti, that ion. Here, just by taking a slight breath, the ghost chi obtained is more than what could be accumulated in a month outside. For him, this was not hell. This was heaven. Do you want me to let you go? No, no, no. Xianxia quickly shook his head. To be taken in by you is my good fortune. I wholeheartedly agree to be taken in by you. What is the function of the ghost eye? Xianxia's eyes lit up and began to speak eloquently. The ghost eye is my trace. After using it, one can see the ranks of other ghosts and the traces they possess. Even the function of the opponent's trace can be seen. Lord Xianxia, please, by no means underestimate my trace. Your trace is indeed very formidable. You were not flattering Xianxia. For others, this trace is quite useless. But you can use it to find some powerful. If you were to take in every ghost, what would happen if the space in the True Trace book got filled up? Lord Black Cat, I know of a Jiangzhou ghost who is of the terrifying level. Your strength can definitely subdue him. Xianxia had a fawning expression on his face. Since he chose to follow Lord Black Cat, he naturally had to offer some suggestions to demonstrate his own worth. Following Xianxia's guidance, you soon arrived at a small village. That Jiangzhou ghost is inside. Xianxia reminded Mo Lin. You did not rush in to catch the ghost, but was attracted by a burst of fragrance. Black Cat Fried Chicken Restaurant. Just the aroma alone made your mouth water. Who could understand the feeling of someone who for a whole 7 years hadn't eaten a proper meal? Young man, are you eating? The boss lady came out to dump the trash. She saw Black Cat lingering at the shop entrance. I want to eat, but I have no money. You felt a bit awkward. After all, you only had hell money on you. No cash. From your attire, you don't look like someone without money. You casually said, I only have hell money on me. I don't know if I can pay with that. Of course you can pay with that. The boss lady stepped forward, grabbing your arm, and smiling invited you into the shop. How long has it been since you left your house? Hell money has been common currency for 6 years now. Many spirit masters are willing to accept this. The boss lady handed over the menu. Hell money is mainly used by spirit masters. Many spirit masters will spend money to collect hell money. This has led to hell money becoming a currency for transactions. The prices on the menu were very cheap. A large plate of Dapanji was only 0.3 hell money. 2 large plates of Dapanji. Perhaps because you hadn't eaten Dapanji in a long time, you immediately buried your head and devoured the food. The old man next door was attracted by the sounds of your eating. This old man had a face full of wrinkles. He was wearing a grayish-black cloth robe, with a cloth bag slung across his shoulder. "Young man, are you also here for that fellow?" The old man pointed towards the east. That fellow in there might be a dangerous level ghost. You'd best hold back. Be careful not to lose your life. The old man, out of good intentions, reminded you. It's fine. I'm not afraid. I'm an underworld official. Why would I be afraid of a mere minor ghost? The old man shook his head. He smiled helplessly. He had seen many young people like this. They encounter a ghost and immediately want to subdue it, not understanding how terrifying those ghosts can be, and just throw their lives away for nothing. The old man said no more. He stood up and left. Soon, you also finished your first meal back in the mortal world. From your official ledger, you pulled out 3 pieces of hell money, each with a face value of 0.1. You paid the boss lady and left. In the distance, a dazzling light illuminated the entire super restaurant. 2 large Mercedes-Benz vehicles arrived and stopped at the shop entrance. A woman in a black cheongsam slowly got out of the car. "Elder Yoon, these are the people I brought for you. 3 Tier 3 Spirit Masters, and 2 Tier 2 Spirit Masters. Please, you must help me catch that dangerous level." Ghost inside. He spent over 3 million to catch the dangerous level ghost, and even offered 2 ghost artifacts. As long as he can catch the dangerous level ghost, he will be able to become a Tier 3 Spirit Master and stabilize his position in the family. This is Xian Yun. Pointing at the black cat beside Elder Yoon, she didn't recognize it. Since Elder Yoon didn't recognize him either, she paid it no mind. The black cat waved its paw and commanded, "Block the road!" 7 bodyguards emerged from behind it. They pulled out barricades from the cars, preventing anyone from entering the village. It then followed behind Elder Yoon and entered the village together. Can I go in?" You pointed at the distant village and asked a bodyguard. The bodyguards in front of you just stood there rigidly, as if they hadn't heard what you said. You weren't in a hurry either. You sat on the cement steps, drawing circles on the ground with a wooden stick. Suddenly, you looked up. Your eyes looked towards the destination. The bodyguards' gazes also were fixed intently on the direction of the village. Their expressions were tense. "Help me!" The voice was exceptionally shrill. It made their scalps tingle. The bodyguards were already so scared they collapsed to the ground. At this moment, Xian Yun was enveloped in a cloud of black smoke. She had never encountered such a terrifying ghost. Her body felt very heavy now. Even taking a single step was difficult. Her body was completely unable to move. She could only shout loudly for help. "Scram!" Only heard a scolding voice coming. The already despairing fairy surprisingly felt an inexplicable sense of security. And her body, the black smoke around her body also dispersed. A young man wearing red ancient official robes appeared before her eyes. The fairy had no hesitation, immediately pounced into Black Cat's arms, crying for help. "Take me out. I'll give you money. Lots and lots of money." At this moment, the fairy looked very miserable. There was a streak of blood on her right leg. Her qipao was also torn to shreds. Her hair was disheveled, like a woman fallen on hard times, wandering the streets. You grabbed Shenyun's collar. Lifting him like a cat, you slowly returned to the fried chicken restaurant. "You stay here. I'll go in and take a look." "Don't go." Xianyun quickly stopped you. "The ghost inside is very powerful. It's a terrifying level ghost. You'll lose your life." You seemed not to hear Xianyun's warning and walked straight towards the village. Xianyun panicked. The situation was no longer something he could control. He took out his phone and called his family, calling for people. At this moment, you used the ghost eye skill. Your right eyeball instantly turned dark gray. The black space appeared as clear as day before your eyes. The ground was stained with fresh blood. The several ghost controllers Xianyun had brought earlier were now lying horizontally on the ground. Slap! A blood-stained hand slapped your shoulder. You turned around and saw the person previously referred to as Elder Yun. Standing behind you, his face covered in blood. Young man, quickly take me away. Elder Yun's voice was hoarse. As he spoke to Black Cat, his eyes darted around. But for some reason, that fierce ghost didn't chase after them. I'll give you 3,000 Ming coins. Please, take me out. Elder Yun pleaded desperately with you. You didn't pay attention to him. You extended your palm deep into the black mist directly in front, then suddenly pulled. An ugly-looking male ghost appeared before your eyes. Chu Xing tried to resist, but Black Cat's strength was too great. Name Chu Xing. Realm, terrifying level ghost. Skill, soul entanglement. Using soul entanglement can bind enemies, restrain enemy attacks, and deliver a fatal blow to enemies. This guy is so powerful. Elder Yun realized he had misjudged. This young man in front of him was at least a level 4 ghost controller. Is it a ghost from Naiha Bridge or a ghost from the ghost realm? The underworld is currently divided into 3 major factions. The ghosts of Night City, led by King Yama, are relatively peaceful, rarely harming human lives, while the Naiha Bridge region, led by the judges and Lady Meng, is more severely divided. There are some ghosts who don't harm human lives. No ghosts enjoy harming human lives. As for the ghost prison led by the Ghost King, it only has one type, those who like to harm human lives, and are bad-tempered. I am a ghost from the ghost prison. Chu Xing replied. Bang! Although he answered, you still gave him a fierce punch. In the underworld, many senior sisters and junior brothers died in conflicts with the ghost prison. Chu Xing was beaten until his soul was almost dispersed. His body was almost transparent, flickering in and out of sight. Does the ghost prison have any envoy-level ghosts in the mortal realm? I don't know if the ghost prison has any envoy-level ghosts in the mortal realm. I don't know. Chu Xing shook his head again. He was just a minor ghost and didn't know much information. You could only give up asking. You placed your hand on Chu Xing's forehead. A formation appeared on your palm. Chu Xing seemed to be sucked into a vortex and disappeared from where he stood. Congratulations! You have obtained soul entanglement. Looking at Chu Xing's information on the right path book, he truly lives up to his terrifying level. He can actually produce 40 Ming coins daily, another source of income, as long as you save up enough reputation coins. You can even become a cave master level existence. If you're in a good enough mood, you can also confer titles on a few ghost messenger subordinates to command. Seeing the evil ghost subdued, Old Yun breathed a sigh of relief. He slumped to the ground, gasping for air. Little brother, thank you for saving my life. As Old Yun was about to express his profound gratitude to you, you reached out to Old Yun asking for money. Right. Old Yun pulled out his only 3,000 reputation coins from his pocket and handed them over. Suddenly, the previously dark sky was suddenly illuminated by lights. As if it were daytime, a helicopter hovered in the air. Several pickup trucks and off-road vehicles were parked around. A group of people in black leather clothes got out of the vehicles. Those people carried leather briefcases. We are from the Ghost Control Agency. May I ask where the ghost that needs to be caught is? The woman asked in a cold tone. The Ghost Control Agency is a ghost-catching organization established by the state. It has branches in every city district. The matter of handling ghosts, big or small, is resolved. The ghost has already been repelled. Old Yun spoke very tactfully. He only said, the ghost was repelled. He didn't say the ghost was caught by Black Cat. Not wanting to cause unnecessary trouble. Bandage Old Yun's wounds. Escort the two of them back. The woman's cold voice rang out again. Old Yun was about to refuse. Old Yun, don't be so polite. Miss Xianyun has paid for it. Hearing this, Old Yun said nothing more, and accepted the medical staff's treatment. Miss Xianyun really suffered a huge loss. She spent over 3 million in cash but didn't catch the ghost, and also lost several priceless ghost artifacts. Moreover, inviting the Ghost Control Agency must have also incurred a considerable cost. Xianyun, wrapped in a bodyguard's clothes, stumbled out of the crowd. Old Yun, I'm sorry. Xianyun saw Old Yun had a broken arm. She lowered her head in shame. Don't blame yourself. I originally thought it was a dangerous level ghost. I didn't expect it to be a terrifying level ghost. I can only blame my weak strength and consider myself unlucky. Old Yun's words attracted the cold woman's attention. He let out a soft exclamation, then looked at Black Cat. One person can repel a terrifying level ghost. That's quite something. Sir, are you all right? Did that ghost injure you? Xianyun asked Black Cat with concern. You should ask if that ghost is all right. It was that ghost's bad luck to meet me. Seeing that Black Cat was fine, Xianyun said nothing more. She arranged for a vehicle to take you away, and arranged for you to stay in a luxurious hotel, lying on the soft mattress, feeling the beauty of life. This feeling could definitely not be experienced in the underworld. A knock-knock-knock sound came from the door. Opening the door, you saw a woman in a black jacket, wearing a necklace, standing at the doorway. Hello, my name is Li Bingyan, Deputy Director of the Yunchuan City Ghost Control Agency. My name is Black Cat. Do you need something from me? You were a little puzzled why the Ghost Control Agency would come looking for you. We'd like to invite you to join the Ghost Control Agency. Li Bingyan didn't beat around the bush. She valued Black Cat's strength and wanted to recruit him. I don't like being restricted. We won't ask you to do anything. If we encounter a rather tricky situation, we will ask for your help to resolve it, and pay you the corresponding remuneration. If you need to find someone or a ghost, we can provide you with information. Li Bingyan wasn't boasting. The Ghost Control Agency is spread across the country, so naturally it has more information than others. I'll consider it. I'll await your news. Li Bingyan replied politely, and then left. After leaving the hotel, following Li Bingyan, the man behind her complained discontentedly. He is just a jade ghost master. Do you really have to stoop so low to beg him to join? Those who want to join the Jade Ghost Society are too numerous to count. He didn't understand why Li Bingyan had to humble herself, allowing Black Cat to join the Ghost Control Society. Li Bingyan stopped in her tracks. Her tone was very serious. He caught a terrifying level ghost. The man immediately sneered. He subconsciously retorted, Elder, didn't they say he scared away the terrifying level ghost? Is the elder lying? To be able to catch a terrifying level ghost means that man possesses level 4 ghost control, master strength, and he himself also has a powerful contracted ghost. Throughout Yunchuan City, level 4 ghost control masters are pitifully few. The most important thing is that man, he caught a terrifying level ghost. This means he is about to, or already possesses, 2 terrifying level ghosts. Thinking of this, the man gasped in a cold breath. Do you have anything else to ask? Li Bingyan once again resumed her cold demeanor. Li Jie said, I think what you did is absolutely right. Such a talent must definitely be invited to join our Ghost Control Society. The man quickly added in agreement. The two got into an off-road vehicle and disappeared into the night. At this moment in the hotel, you were sitting on the sofa, drinking soda, eating snacks, watching TV, experiencing this feeling of a life regained. You opened the scroll that Yama gave you when you left the underworld. Inside was a message Yama left for you. The 2 major forces, Ghost Cave and Naiha Bridge, have already established their own forces in the mortal realm, gradually growing stronger. The Yidu lineage has no foundation in the mortal realm. Therefore, be sure to be careful when you go to the mortal realm. If the Ghost Cave acts with ill intent, remember to avoid them. Zishang Qingru is currently being hunted by the Ghost Cave. If possible, you must help her escape. Yama seemed to have a lot more to say, but due to time constraints, he only gave a few important instructions. It seems the other 2 major forces are doing quite well in the mortal realm. Only Yidu is doing relatively poorly. No, it should be extremely poorly. When Zishang Qingru was at the Underworld Messenger Academy, her strength was the strongest. Later, Yama spent a lot of underworld currency to send her to the mortal realm to develop her forces. It seems this senior sister of yours, in these 3 years in the mortal realm, has not developed her own forces. She's even being hunted by ghosts from the Ghost Cave. The next day, as soon as the door opened, 2 familiar faces came into view. Xianyun seemed to have specially dressed up. She changed into a gray and white cheongsam. Her hair was tied up high, and she wore light makeup. As expected of a young lady from a prominent family, Her skin was truly delicate and tender, as supple and radiant as tender tofu. Xianyun let out a soft snort at Li Bingyan beside her, showing her displeasure. Li Bingyan was wearing a black leather outfit, paired with a white inner shirt. Her face was equally exquisite, with smoky eye makeup. She had the charm of a cold and aloof goddess. Hey, Black Cat, have you considered joining the Jade Ghost Society? I've considered it. I am willing to join you. On Li Bingyan's usually expressionless face, a long-lost smile appeared. From now on, you are a member of my Jade Ghost Society. This is a phone prepared for you. My phone number is on it. If anything happens, you can call to contact me. The Jade Ghost Society holds a considerable position in Yunchuan, at least more than a certain young lady who has an explanation for everything. As Li Bingyan spoke, her eyes glanced at Xianyun beside her. Who are you hinting at? Xianyun immediately became displeased. Li Bingyan ignored Xianyun. She took a card out of her pocket. This is a temporary ID card prepared for you. I'll arrange for someone to make your official ID card right away. I'll send it to you in a few days. If there's nothing else, I'll take my leave. Li Bingyan made a phone call gesture at Black Cat. If anything comes up, contact me by phone. He is the vice president of the Ghost Control Society. He's too busy. To be able to squeeze out a morning to meet Black Cat was already very difficult. Xianyun sat with her legs together, revealing black stockings. Her hands rested on her knees. She sat upright beside Mo Lin. Her eyes stared intently at you, Brother Black Cat. Can you help me catch a ghost? Seeing that you didn't speak, Xianyun added again. I can give you 10 million in cash, and also give you a house, plus a Rolls-Royce luxury car. If he cannot become a ghost controller, and if his performance continues to be unsatisfactory, his say will become less and less. If you can help me find a Een messenger, I will agree to help you catch a ghost. Een messenger, yes. That Een messenger is called Xianxia. Xianyun suddenly stood up excitedly. I know a night capital Een messenger, but I don't know if it's the one you're looking for. Where is the Een messenger? What an unexpected gain. You just mentioned it casually, but didn't expect to actually uncover information. It's just that about that Een messenger. Xianyun spoke hesitantly. Just say it directly, you really dislike it when others leave things half-said. That Een messenger is currently being auctioned off. Xianyun's body trembled violently, and she unconsciously took 2 steps back. She didn't know why, but instinctively, she was very afraid of you as you were now. Where is the auction? Your tone was clearly heavy. My senior is actually being auctioned off. It's being auctioned at the Ancestral Hall. Take me there. You want to go to the Ancestral Hall? Xianyun quickly advised. The Ancestral Hall has 2 level 4 ghost controllers present, and also 5 level 3 ghost controllers. Just take me to the Ancestral Hall. Don't worry about anything else. After this matter is over, I will help you catch a ghost. Xianyun knew she couldn't argue with you and could only nod in agreement. At this moment, over 100 people had gathered in the Ancestral Hall. In the main courtyard of the Ancestral Hall, a middle-aged man slowly lifted the lid of a wooden cage, revealing a black figure. It looked like a shrunken, timid figure. This is a ghost messenger. If any of you can sign a contract with a ghost messenger, you can become at least a level 5 ghost controller, or even a level 6 ghost controller. This single sentence from the middle-aged man was like a bomb exploding among the crowd. You should know that currently Yunchuan City doesn't even have a single level 5 ghost controller. With a chance to become a level 5 ghost controller, who wouldn't be excited? Signing a contract with a ghost messenger probably isn't easy, right? The middle-aged man smiled mysteriously. Next is the auction for the ghost messenger. Starting bid 20,000 underworld coins. The crowd, who had just been clamoring to buy the ghost messenger, suddenly became completely silent. What is the concept of 20,000 underworld coins? Underworld coins can only be obtained from ghosts. The amount produced is very small, making underworld coins very scarce. Moreover, the exchange rate between underworld coins and paper money is 1:1,000. Who would dare to shout bids without money in their pockets? Is there anyone who wants to bid? If no one bids, this ghost messenger will not be sold for now. The middle-aged man looked at the unresponsive crowd. But I want to inspect the goods. A young man in designer clothes waved his hand. Of course you can. The middle-aged man proactively handed the wooden cage to Wang Bin. Wang Bin lifted the black cloth and carefully examined it. Just need to confirm it's a ghost messenger. Wang Bin wanted his July ghost to absorb the ghost messenger, thereby making the July ghost a perilous level ghost. At that time, he would be a level 3 ghost controller, or even more powerful. Are you satisfied with these goods? Satisfied. Wang Bin nodded. Then he took out 2 stacks of underworld coins from his pocket. The middle-aged man accepted them with a smiling face. After young Master Wang conjured a great immortal cloud and stopped his car, pulled your hand and walked forward. Brother Black Cat, hurry up and go. If we're late, the ghost messenger might be bought by someone else. Suddenly, he stumbled and almost fell. He felt as if he wasn't dragging a person, but a massive mountain. He simply couldn't drag Black Cat. At this moment, you stopped. Your gaze was fixed on Wang Bin, who had just emerged. He was holding something resembling a birdcage. The cage was covered with a black cloth, obscuring its contents. What Wang Bin didn't know at this moment was that, precisely because of the ghost messenger in his hand, his fate was about to undergo tremendous changes. Wang Bin noticed your gaze. He shielded the cage containing the ghost messenger, slowly putting distance between the two of you. Brother, what's the meaning of blocking my way? That's a ghost messenger in there, isn't it? Brother, I bought this ghost messenger for 20,000 Ming Bai. If you want it, give me 20,000 Ming Bai, and I'll sell the ghost messenger to you. Wang Bin hoped to make Black Cat back down. Can't we exchange it for something else? You see, all your current money combined is only 4,000 Ming Bai. Maybe we can barter? No. Wang Bin refused without a second thought. Standing beside Wang Bin, the middle-aged man frowned in anger. At the same time, an explosive sound rang out. One could only see a wisp of black smoke, drifting from Black Cat's red official robe. Yang Su was suddenly startled. He was a third-grade Jade Ghost official. If that attack had been directed at anyone else, they would probably have lost their lives. This Black Cat was actually completely unharmed. Seeing them make the first move, you directly raised your arm. A chain shot directly towards Yang Su. Just as Yang Su prepared to dodge, the chain had already bound his neck. His body was unable to move, but his consciousness remained clear. Felt like sleep paralysis. We've met a formidable opponent. Brother, don't get agitated. Let's talk this over properly. Wang Bin grew anxious. Yang Su was crucial for his family, to establish a firm foothold in Yunchuan. If anything were to happen to Yang Su, it would be a crushing disaster for the entire Wang family. The ghost messenger matter is negotiable, very negotiable. You glanced at Wang Bin. You put away the chain. I won't take your item for free. Give me the ghost messenger, and I'll give you something of equal value. I bought this ghost messenger because I wanted to raise my contract ghost to the fierce level. You can't possibly help me raise my ghost to the fierce level. I'll give the ghost messenger to you then. Consider it a gesture of friendship. Wang Bin gritted his teeth. What can I possibly do for you? Wang Bin's face was full of disbelief. He couldn't believe you could help him raise his contract ghost to the fierce level. When did Yun Chuan get such a figure? Brother, there's no need for this. I'm willing to give you this ghost messenger. You don't need to lie to me. There's no need. Clearly, Wang Bin didn't believe you. You didn't waste words. You glanced around, and, pointing to a secluded courtyard in the distance, said, Let's go. Wang Bin was led by you to a dark room. Brother, you're not trying to use Ming Bai to help my contract. Ghost raise its realm, are you? I advise you to forget about that. My contract ghost suffered very serious injuries. It can't absorb Ming Bai. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come to buy a ghost messenger. You ignored Wang Bin's words, and coldly reprimanded him. Wang Bin subconsciously glanced around. It seems like I'm the only one here, right? Brother, don't shout at me. I'm a little scared. Wang Bin was truly terrified. Don't move. I'm not shouting at you. I'm shouting at that brother inside your body. Are you serious? Wang Bin tried his best to suppress his current surprise. Communicating with a ghost? What a joke. Why would it listen to Black Cat? Who is Black Cat anyway? Brother, Snap out of it. You can't affect my contract ghost. Even it itself can't affect it. The contract ghost within the body. As soon as the words fell, inside Wang Bin's body, a gray-black figure slowly floated out. This was a male ghost. He only had his upper and lower body remaining, not knowing why the rest had disappeared. Wang Bin widened his eyes, watching this scene. He was dumbfounded. Wang Bin had been contracted with the contract ghost for 3 years. This was the first time he had seen the contract ghost's full appearance. My lord, spare my life. This humble one had no intention of offending you. My soul is weak, so my perception was a bit slow. That's why I was delayed in coming out to meet you. The moment his contract ghost appeared, there was no anger as he had imagined. It seemed to be trying its best to explain something. For the first time, Wang Bin felt fear from a ghost. That's right, this ghost seemed to be trembling. In front of Ghost Prison, this ghost bore Ghost Prison's weapon on its body, but it was very faint. This humble one was once Yido. Later, I was captured by the great ghosts of Ghost Jade. After that, I served as a specter in Ghost Jade for several years. The contract ghost, in a sincere tone, explained to the black cat once more. Although Wang Bin couldn't understand their conversation, he clearly felt that his contract ghost was trying its best to defend itself. What kind of injury it was and how it happened. My lord, do you still remember back in Ghost Prison, when you used the 5 Viscera Ghost concealment technique, and summoned the venerable inner lord who wreaked havoc in Ghost Prison? Wang Bin's contract ghost recalled that scene from back then. His voice was faltering. Ever since that incident, everyone in Ghost Prison knew that the Black Cat was a Celestial Master's successor, fighting alone. The matter of retreating unscathed from 78 great ghosts in Ghost Prison? The Black Cat, of course, knew about this matter. Back then, the 5 Viscera Ghost concealment technique hadn't been fully mastered. Forcibly using it also exacted a considerable price. This injury of mine was caused by you. The venerable lord you summoned accidentally injured me. He had only taken a distant glance back then, never expected to be mistakenly wounded, nearly had his soul scattered directly. Wang Bin on the side was utterly confused. The Black Cat injured a living person. How could he joke about going to the underworld? I will heal your wounds now. After speaking, he took out 10 sheets from the proper record book. Hell money with a face value of 100 yuan. At this moment, Wang Bin looked at this scene, already too shocked to speak. He had never heard that hell money could turn into mist. The hell money in the air transformed into mist and flowed into Wang Bin's contract ghost's body. The lower half of Wang Bin's contract ghost's body completed its growth in an instant, at a speed visible to the naked eye. Go back now. Thank you, my lord, for helping me restore my body. The contract ghost quickly expressed its gratitude, then returned to Wang Bin's body. Wang Bin's body suddenly trembled. He now felt the power of a perilous ghost striker. From now on, he would be a 3-level ghost master. Wang Bin had already been subjugated by the Black Cat's move. Submitting, he bent down slightly, trying to curry favor, and said, "Thank you, Brother Cat." Every word out of his mouth was Brother Cat. He was like a completely different person compared to before. The task has already been completed for you. Remember to give me the item later. I have some matters to attend to now. Don't worry, Brother Cat, the ghost messenger is yours. Just give the orders if anything comes up. So the 3 of them walked towards the ancestral hall. Who caught the ghost messenger? A single sentence exploded in the air like a clap of thunder. Wang Bin's head immediately buzzed. He had thought the Black Cat was going to do something good. Listening to this tone, wasn't he here to pick a fight? Wang Bin subconsciously shifted back a few steps, not wanting to be implicated. Xian Yun also trembled suddenly. He had thought the Black Cat would have some clever trick, or approach with a negotiating attitude, to inquire about the ghost messenger. He had thought of all possible scenarios, but the only thing he hadn't expected was the Black Cat to actually make such a dramatic opening. Everyone's gaze converged on the Black Cat. Everyone present was very curious. Which kid was tired of living to dare come and cause trouble for the ancestral hall? The middle-aged man's eyes narrowed slightly. A hint of coldness appeared at the corner of his mouth. Little brother, what do you mean by this? I asked who caught the ghost messenger. None of your business. A man whose name was unknown cursed from the side. The next moment, a stream of energy violently struck the man's body. The man's body was sent flying over a meter away and crashed heavily onto the ground. You brat, since you dared to come to my ancestral hall and cause trouble, don't even think about leaving alive, the middle-aged man snorted coldly. He was about to summon his contracted ghost in a moment of crisis. But he suddenly discovered that the contracted ghost within him was as if it had disappeared. No matter how he summoned it, it gave no response. It wasn't just him. The few people next to the middle-aged man were the same. What was going on? The middle-aged man was very confused. These ghosts weren't unable to be summoned, but rather they dared not come out. They were afraid of the black cat. This sound seemed to make them flee. Since you're unwilling to speak, it seems I'll have to use some methods. You frowned slightly, not wanting to waste any more words. He had to intimidate this group of people. Otherwise, these people wouldn't reveal any information about the ghost messengers. You lowered your head and opened your mouth, as if vomiting. Liquid continuously flowed from your mouth. Perhaps it was because the environments of the Yin world and Yang world were different, and for the first time in the Yang world, the 15 hidden ghost tree was slightly unaccustomed to the environment, which was why such an uncomfortable scene appeared. Bro, what are you doing? You're just throwing up without a word? Soiling the clean ancestral hall and embarrassing these guys? It's not that bad, is it? Wang Bin hurriedly stepped forward to support you. It wasn't just Wang Bin. The others couldn't tell what was happening either. They all thought the black cat had simply eaten something unclean and was vomiting, and the extent of the vomiting was a bit exaggerated. It seemed like something was about to come out from inside. Kid, don't inquire about the ghost messenger's affairs. I see you're not feeling well either. Hurry up and leave. At this moment, this group of people hadn't realized the seriousness of the situation and didn't even know why they couldn't summon their contracted ghosts. And the one inside you was about to come out. Just then, an old man with a white beard, dressed in a Taoist robe, slowly appeared. Sir, please retract your divine abilities. Don't stoop to the level of these ignorant juniors, and bother with them. In his eyes, traces of energy surged behind the black cat. He even heard the thing in the black cat's belly, letting out a terrifying roar. The sound made him feel fear. I am the head of this Taoist temple. I'm in charge here. The old man slowly revealed his identity. Since the person in charge has already come out, the matter will be easy to resolve. Fei Ji then retracted the thing he was about to summon back into his body. The Taoist master invited the black cat to the inner room, and this respectful attitude made the other few managers dissatisfied. Taoist master, this guy caused a ruckus at the auction. He's here to cause trouble. You should expel him. Shut up. A bunch of short-sighted fools. The Taoist master coldly reprimanded them, his voice icy. Frightened, the middle-aged men instantly shut up. And you then entered the room with the old man. Wang Bin stood in your original spot. His eyes stared intently at you. The saliva that had flowed out earlier. Pick it up and collect it. Quick! A voice rang out in Wang Bin's mind, urging him to pick up the saliva the black cat had vomited. But the saliva is a bit disgusting. Wang Bin said, very disgusted. It was his first time speaking to his contracted ghost, and it was because of the black cat's saliva. Pick it up quickly. The contracted ghost's voice grew increasingly agitated. This thing is supernatural essence, a liquid formed from a certain concentration that can be directly absorbed 100%, without needing refinement. This will greatly enhance his strength. There are too many people around here. Picking up the black cat's saliva is too disgusting. Doesn't Wang Bin care about his reputation? As he picked it up, the contracted ghost truly got angry. He disdained talking too much with an ordinary person. His roaring voice made Wang Bin tremble. He could only brace himself and find a piece of toilet paper. He picked up the saliva from the ground. It was strange that the saliva on the ground was viscous. There were a total of 3 drops. What was strange was, after these 3 drops of saliva were wrapped in the toilet paper, they were not absorbed by the toilet paper. Instead, they gathered together. They swayed on the toilet paper like soft candy. Wang Bin looked up and only then saw Xian Yun beside him. A pair of dark eyes stared at him. Her lips were slightly curled in disdain. Her face was filled with shock and disgust. She even looked a little nauseated. Wang Bin opened his mouth, not knowing how to explain. Xianxia crossed her arms over her chest. She took 2 steps back, putting distance between herself and Wang Bin. She found Wang Bin disgusting. Inside the room, this old man Li Hui greet Lord Yingxi. The white-haired elder bowed and actively paid his respects to the black cat. You know, Yingxi, are you surprised? I didn't expect anyone to recognize this identity of mine. When I was young, I had dealings with Ying Jian's ghost messengers. I once had the good fortune to meet Yingxi. Li Hui did have some abilities when he was young. Later, when ghosts and monsters descended, the abilities he possessed were fully demonstrated. Since that's the case, I need to investigate something. Who captured the ghost messenger? I'm old now. I no longer manage the affairs of the Jin Ancestral Hall. But I can help you ask Xingyun to come in. Li Hui shouted towards the direction of the door. Subsequently, a middle-aged man wearing a black suit and neatly dressed walked into the room. Old master, you called for me? Who captured the ghost messenger? That's a trade secret. I can't say, Xingyun replied with a smile. But the moment he saw Li Hui's serious expression, the smile on his face gradually froze. He quickly added, I don't know who the other party is. He just consigned the ghost messenger to us here. We take a 10% commission. You didn't get involved in capturing the ghost messenger, did you? Old master, you think too highly of me. How could I have such great abilities? The elder did not speak. He quietly waited for the black cat to state its position. What is the other party's name? What power/faction do they belong to? Where are they from? The other party doesn't seem to be a local from Yunchuan. He told me to call him Zun Yen. As for his specific faction and identity, I know nothing. Afraid the black cat wouldn't believe his words, Xingyun added another sentence. The other party's identity is very well kept secret. I've only met him once. Next time, when he comes to collect the spirit money, I can contact you. You leave your phone number. Then, take Wang Bin and Xianxia and leave the Jin Ancestral Hall. At this moment, in the Jin Ancestral Hall, everyone who had a say was now gathered in Li Hui's room. Old master, why are you so polite to that little brat? When the person who sold the ghost messenger comes to collect the money, do we really have to inform the black cat? There's no need, because of a little brat, to break the rules of our Jin Ancestral Hall. Everyone discussed animatedly. Li Hui, who had been silent, finally spoke. Just now, did you fail to summon your contracted ghosts? Why? The few of them were very curious. Why couldn't they summon their contracted ghosts? They couldn't even communicate with their contracted ghosts. It's not that you couldn't summon your contracted ghosts, but that these contracted ghosts dared not come out. They are afraid. With one sentence, Li Hui revealed the secret. Ghosts are afraid of humans. Are you kidding? Everyone's first reaction was disbelief. There has never been a situation where ghosts are afraid of humans. No, they are afraid. The black cat. This sentence made everyone present silent for a long time. If this sentence had been said by someone else, it would have been dismissed. But the person who said this, and it just so happened to be the most respected person in Jin Ancestral Hall. Anyway, don't you go provoking him. You can't afford to provoke him. Li Hui warned everyone with a serious expression. Understood. Everyone nodded in response. After leaving Jin Ancestral Hall, Xianxia followed closely behind Black Cat. Brother Black Cat, about what you said earlier about helping me catch ghosts. Does it still count? It counts, but we'll go to Wang Bing's house first and resolve the matter with the ghost messenger. Okay. Jian Yun smiled very happily. He was finally going to have his own contracted ghost. And it was even a dangerous level contracted ghost. Thinking of this, he became especially excited. Wang Bin's house was in the western suburbs. It was a villa. When the three arrived, they saw a young man, wearing a red jacket, emerging from the Wang family's residence. He had a smile on his face, chatting about something with the Wang family head. I'll leave the matter of setting up the school to you, Long Hua said with a chuckle to Wang Haibei. Young Master Long, rest assured, I will definitely handle the matter you entrusted to me properly. Wang Haibei hurriedly replied. A level 4 Jade Ghost Envoy had entrusted him with a task, so he definitely had to complete it as soon as possible. Moreover, it was to set up a charity school. allowing children without money to attend school for free. This was a good deed. Young Master Long, you truly are a good person. Wang Haibei praised Long Hua. These are all just insignificant trifles. Nothing worthy of praise. Black Cat suddenly stopped. Help! Help! So tragic. Save me. These sounds made Black Cat's head ache. Behind Long Hua, a patch of blood red appeared. Within the blood red color, various figures of children emerged, accompanied by the miserable cries of children. This person, in order to enhance the power of his contracted ghost, actually didn't even spare children. Only you could see all of this, because you are an underworld official of the netherworld, able to see everything. Xiesui, Wang Bing, and the others, however, saw nothing. Brother Black Cat. This person is called Long Hua. He is a four-extremity jade ghost. Sure, Wang Bin pointed at Long Hua directly in front of them. At this moment, Long Hua's body suddenly stiffened. He looked up and glanced around, then quickened his steps and left, as if intentionally avoiding you. As Long Hua passed by you, he suddenly sensed a familiar presence. Stop! You immediately rushed forward and blocked Long Hua's path. An acquaintance of mine sees me and runs? Who's an acquaintance of yours? I don't even know you. As his words fell, Long Hua turned to leave. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the one inside your body. Little ghost. The two of us have crossed paths a few times in the underworld. And you still won't come out to see me? Aren't you taking me too lightly? Your tone was icy cold. Your eyes fixed intently on Long Hua. Long Hua stood rooted to the spot. He clearly felt that inside his body, his contracted ghost was transmitting feelings of fear. This emotion even affected him. This lasted only a few seconds. From within Long Hua's body, a dark, shadowy figure slowly floated out. Your Excellency, where one can forgive, one should forgive. Please spare this humble one's life. The first thing this ghost said upon appearing was to beg for your mercy. Let alone Long Hua, even Wang Bing and the other bystanders were all surprised. This is a four-season contracted ghost. Why is it so cowardly? It actually trembled with fear when facing Black Cat. Ghost Zhang, you committed all sorts of evil deeds in the underworld. And coming to the human realm, you still commit all sorts of evil. Truly deserving of death. Black Cat and Ghost Zhang were old foes. The two had fought several times. Black Cat had severed Ghost Zhang's 3 souls, causing Ghost Zhang's cultivation level to plummet, and then he fled to Yangjian. Black Cat, Ince. I have no past enmity with you. Today I beg you to show mercy. Spare my life. Zhang Gui once again pleaded with you for mercy. But we are fated rivals. Why should I let you go? Besides, I have several friends in the underworld who died by your hand. Do you think I would let you go? Poochie. Zhang Gui opened his mouth and spat out a cloud of black smoke, attempting to obscure Black Cat's vision. His current strength was too weak. He was no match for Black Cat at all. Zhang Gui's figure had barely moved 2 meters away, when a chain, like an ancient relic, relentlessly pursued Zhang Gui from behind as he rolled away. Zhang Gui roared, and swung his hand, striking the chain. The moment his hand touched the chain spun, wrapping around his arm and then his entire body. Zhang Gui instantly lost the ability to resist, and fell straight to the ground. You looked at Zhang Gui, lying on the ground, incapable of resistance, and were very satisfied. This cunning binding method is very effective. It's quite good for catching ghosts. Black Cat, don't be so arrogant. This is the mortal realm. My ghostly power reigns supreme. There's no place for your night fighters here. You ignored Zhang Gui. You placed your right hand on Zhang Gui's glabella, suppressing him and bringing him under control. There were many things you needed to ask him later. And when Long Hua saw his contracted ghost being suppressed by Black Cat, he instantly panicked. You see, his current status was all gained through his contracted ghost. Now that he had lost his contracted ghost, he would be nothing. He was instantly agitated. He rushed forward, roaring at Black Cat. Give him back to me. That's my contracted ghost. I'll give this ghost back to you. So you can go kill and harm lives? I didn't kill anyone. I didn't. Long Hua. He simply could not accept that his contracted ghost was snatched by someone else. Meanwhile, Wang Bin remained standing rooted to the spot. His understanding of Black Cat once again refreshed. He had never heard of anyone who could snatch away someone else's contracted ghost. This kind of method was simply divine. Send him to the Public Security Bureau. He has killed at least a dozen people. Many of them were even children. What? This guy actually killed people? Wang Bin glared fiercely at Long Hua. Then he arranged for people to tie up Long Hua and send him to the Public Security Bureau. At this, the Wang family members looked at you like a monster. Big brother Black Cat is my friend. He's a good person. Wang Bin's voice was loud as he reminded everyone. The few people who were still in shock immediately recovered their senses. Don't just stand there foolishly. Please invite our esteemed guest inside. Wang Bin's father invited you into the house. Big brother Black Cat. This is what you asked for. You lifted the wooden cage. Inside was a small, pitch-black figure. Its limbs were pierced by red ropes, and it hung suspended in the very center. And this messenger was not your senior sister. The small black figure, which had been unresponsive, seemed to sense something. It slowly raised its head and said, "Master, be careful." A series of crackling sounds erupted, as if electricity had met water, emitting a burst of sound, accompanied by the color of lightning. You tried to open the wooden cage, but it had no effect. Your hand was also jolted, sending a surge through it. Whereas when others had touched the cage before, no such phenomenon had occurred. You frowned slightly. You drew from your waist the gold and blue long sword granted by Yan Wang, and swung it towards the cage. The wooden cage instantly shattered into pieces, its broken remains scattered across the ground. Although the wooden cage was shattered, but at this moment, your heart was filled with astonishment, like surging waves. Just by relying on an unknown cage, it forced you to show such diligence. It's clear that the one who captured the ghost messenger is very strong. Now that the cage is destroyed, the person who set the restriction must have noticed. At this moment, the ghost messenger's injuries are severe. It's as if he's been completely drained, with only an empty shell remaining. To completely heal this ghost messenger, at least 20,000 Mingbai are needed. Awkwardly, you currently have no money. You can only look at Wang Bin beside you. Do you have any money? Lend me some Mingbai. I have some, but not much. I can only gather 10,000 Mingbai for you right now. Wang Bin had previously spent 20,000 Mingbai to buy the ghost messenger when entering the ancestral hall, which had quickly emptied his family's savings. 10,000 is fine too. Go get the money. You waved your hand. Wang Bin went to gather the money, and about 30 minutes passed. He returned carrying a small bag. It contained various denominations, roughly over 9,000 Mingbai. You opened the bag and waved your palm. The Mingbai quickly vanished as if being incinerated, turning into a ball of gas, and converging within the ghost messenger's body. The ghost messenger's body, originally palm-sized, then gradually grew larger, recovering to the size of an adult. This humble one pays respects to my lord. Many thanks, my lord, for saving my life. The ghost messenger knelt on the ground, thanking you. Do you know the whereabouts of my senior sister, Xianxia? Xianxia has been missing for a year. There's no news of her yet. Li Shui had also sent ghosts to search for Xianxia, but there was no news at all. It was as if she had vanished from this world. Li Shui suddenly reminded you, the ghosts from Ghost Jade, and the ghosts from Jade Ghost Scribes who teamed up to bully Yido. My lord, you must be extremely careful. You weren't afraid of the ghosts who bullied Yido. After all, they were bullying ghosts. What does that have to do with me, a human? I understand. First, find a place to heal your injuries. When I need you for something, I will summon you. Li Shui nodded. Then he transformed into a black shadow and vanished from the room. Not long after, you also returned to the hotel. You lay alone on the bed and put away your silver-threaded robe. If you didn't put it away soon, this silver-threaded robe might be ruined. Because the underworld's ghostly aura is very heavy. Ghostly aura is present everywhere. However, the mortal realm lacks the nourishment of ghostly aura, leading to the depletion of energy. You took out the orthodox scroll and waved your hand. The 3 ghosts originally suppressed within the orthodox scroll now all appeared in the room. "Greetings, my lord. May my lord enjoy good health." The first thing Xianxia did upon appearing was to flatter. His cultivation realm had improved. When Xianxia was first taken in, he was only a dangerous level ghost. Life inside was too good. I was fortunate enough to advance my realm. He had now advanced from the dangerous level to the terrifying level. After all, the ghostly aura within the orthodox scroll was too dense. Any ghost that stayed inside for a long time would also improve its realm. Compared to Xianxia's enthusiasm, Ghost Zhang appeared very flustered. Standing still, his figure trembled. He was shocked by the black cat's bizarre methods. Moreover, in his mind, a voice kept repeating, telling him to obey his words. If he harbored even the slightest malicious thought towards Mo Lin, he would feel the agony of his soul scattering. Thud! Ghost Zhang immediately knelt on the ground. "My lord, what are your commands?" This attitude was a world apart from this morning. "Tell me about Ghost Jade." You summoned Ghost Zhang out, precisely to inquire about Ghost Jade. Those from Ghost Jade currently occupy 3 provinces, and have established their own faction. Apart from the ghosts of Ghost Jade, no other ghosts are permitted to form groups there. If any ghost is foolish enough to step into their territory, they will be hunted down. Furthermore, they are cooperating with the Jade Ghost Scribes, mainly to deal with the ghost messengers from Night Capital. Currently, they have already killed 32 Night City ghost messengers. Ghost Zhang reported truthfully. How did Ghost Fish know about the Night City underworld messengers? Location. You were very curious about this point. When Night City underworld messengers come to the mortal realm, they will definitely find somewhere to hide. How could Ghost Jade easily find them? I'm not sure about that. His strength is shallow. He only interacts with those who have no status in the ghost realm. He can only gather these ordinary pieces of information. You lay on the bed, a headache throbbing. The ghost realm's influence in the mortal world is so vast. You had killed quite a few ghosts from the ghost prison in the underworld before. You are definitely mortal enemies with the ghost prison. You only gradually felt at ease after touching Musashi's location. After all, you are a celestial master's successor. Musashi's foreign ghost techniques truly exist. If truly pushed to a dead end, you wouldn't mind fully releasing the martial ghost, to fight it out with Ghost Jade, to be able to achieve 36 great merits in the underworld, and be conferred as an underworld official, wasn't just by talking. He truly has strength. After learning some other things, you let them return to their proper places. You lay on the bed to rest. Ding-a-ling. It's already 12:34 a.m. Who's calling me in the middle of the night? Li Bingyan's voice came from the phone. Black Cat. A very powerful male ghost has appeared at 26 Huang High Street. 3 ghost hunters have already died. I'd like to ask you to go take a look. Is there money? You asked, expressing your most honest thought. If you can resolve this matter, I will give you 2,000 Ming coins as a reward. Okay. You immediately changed into a simple tracksuit and headed to the destination. Maybe the ghost caught this time can be given to Xianyun. At this moment, you were still thinking about repaying Xianyun's favor, but you didn't know that. Xianyun's family was already in an uproar. No! Xianyun, you must know you are no longer the acting family head. You've already squandered over 10,000 Ming coins before. Now you actually want another 10,000 Ming coins? In the spacious living room, only Xianyun sat in the center, being judged by everyone. Felt a bit desolate. I know a very powerful friend. As long as I lend him 10,000 Ming coins, he can help me catch a dangerous grade ghost. Then I'll be a level 3 ghost tamer. Xianyun retorted unwillingly. Level 3 ghost tamer? You're dreaming. Xianyun, you might have been deceived. Stay at home and calm down for a while. I'll find a common grade ghost for you. You can cultivate it well. Perhaps you can become a level 2 ghost tamer. Third Ant said to Xianyun. Xianyun didn't respond. His gaze turned to the family head, who was sitting at the very front, looking unwell, who was also Xianyun's grandfather. Let Yuner take the 10,000 Ming coins. The old man's voice wasn't very loud, but it was very heartwarming. Xianyun's eyes instantly reddened. When everyone else was against him, Grandfather still chose to stand by him. Dad, don't you forget. Xianyun previously ruined several ghost artifacts. We no longer have any family savings. Xianyun's eldest uncle stood out, strongly opposing. I think not only should we not give Xianyun Ming coins, but we should even lock him up as a warning. Lock him up? I'd like to see who dares. This unfamiliar voice attracted everyone's attention. You had just finished catching a ghost at the Ghost Tamer Society, and came over to deliver a ghost to Xianyun. But you didn't expect to walk into this scene. Who says Xianyun can't become a level 3 ghost tamer? I really do have a dangerous grade ghost here. As your voice fell, the surrounding air temperature noticeably dropped. A pitch-black ghost figure slowly emerged. As this ghost figure appeared, it revealed fierce eyes. Xian Wuhai and the others were all scared and stepped back. The old man sitting on the high platform also suddenly opened his eyes at this moment. He could clearly feel the power of this ghost. It was definitely dangerous grade. Is this a dangerous grade ghost? Why does it look a bit weak to me? Xianyun's third lady looked on with suspicion. Stop! How dare you! She hurriedly shouted. Meanwhile, Xianyun's third lady was so scared she collapsed onto the ground. In just a blink of an eye, this ghost appeared before her eyes. She felt a chill on her neck. A ghost is a ghost. How could such a vicious being be ordered about by just anyone? If you hadn't restrained yourself in time just now, Xianyun's third lady would already be dead by now. I'll give you the Qianxi pact. What price do I need to pay? Xianyun asked, puzzled. The stronger the ghost, the greater the price to pay. As for what price must be paid, it all depends on the terms discussed with the ghost. Moreover, some ghosts would rather be enslaved, would rather lose their souls than sign a contract. No price is needed. Just sign the contract directly. You hadn't even spoken yet, when you immediately spoke first. The ghost very cooperatively took out a contract. On the contract, there was only one line of text, sign contract. There were no conditions whatsoever. Xianyun pressed a finger on the contract paper. The next moment, the ghost disappeared, entering Xianyun's body. A lot of knowledge instantly appeared in Xianyun's mind. Along with it, there was also this ghost's history. Felt just like a dream. Without paying any price, he signed a soul contract with a ghost from the perilous realm. Who else has an issue with Xianyun? Xian Wuhai and the others all remained silent. After all, Xianyun was now a 3-extreme ghost master. At least anyone with a bit of sense wouldn't offend him now. I'm old. It's time someone managed this family. Yuner, from now on, this family will be entrusted to you. The old master slowly stood up and was helped away. He had originally intended to cultivate Xianyun. Before, he was afraid Xianyun wouldn't be able to control Xian Wuhai and the others. Now that Xianyun was already a 3-extreme ghost master, he could entrust everything to Xianyun. I want to use 10,000 Mingbai. Does anyone have an objection? Xianyun repeated the question. You are now the family head. What you say goes. Xian Wuhai also had no choice but to submit. The same words. But this time, the answer was completely different. The old master left. These people then left one after another. Thank you. You're welcome. I promised to help you catch ghosts before. I certainly won't break my promise. Big brother Black Cat. Here are 10,000 Mingbai. Thank you. I'll find a way to return your Mingbai. With these 10,000 Mingbai, you can completely heal the ghost messenger's injuries. Do you know if there's any way to quickly earn Mingbai? After all, you now owe Wang Bing 10,000 Mingbai. Owing Xianyun 10,000 is truly a bit of a headache. If you have ghost artifacts for sale, you can earn enough Mingbai. Even lower-grade ghost artifacts can easily sell for a high price of several thousand Mingbai. Slightly better ghost artifacts can sell for tens of thousands of Mingbai. This is because only ghosts can refine ghost artifacts. Moreover, a single ghost might only refine one ghost artifact in its entire life. Many ghost masters want to buy a ghost artifact, but the production of ghost artifacts is too low. They are essentially priceless and unavailable. When you heard this, your pupils gradually widened, as if you had discovered a way to make a fortune. Refining ghost artifacts. That's not difficult at all. King Yama had taught you how to refine ghost artifacts before. The most important thing for refining ghost artifacts is Mingbai. Now that you have 10,000 Mingbai, It's enough to refine many ghost artifacts. Back at the hotel, you spent a full 7,000 plus Mingbai, only managing to refine 4 low-grade ghost artifacts. At this time, you still didn't know that these 4 ghost artifacts would bring you a huge fortune. The next day, you took these ghost artifacts to Sifang Courtyard to sell. The items sold here were varied and numerous. There were ghost-catching talismans or peachwood swords, and some people even sold ghosts. Deeper inside was the place where ghost artifacts were sold. You casually picked up a low-grade ghost artifact. He looked at the low-grade ghost artifact, which could only be used once. It was a bit damaged. The boss stared at Black Cat as if looking at a country bumpkin. Do you even know what you're looking at, kid? Although this ghost artifact can only be used once, it's still a premium item. This piece of junk can sell for 3,000 name coins? A ghost artifact that can be used 6 times. What would its price roughly be? You looked at the boss and asked. The boss felt as if he had met an imbecile. He angrily scolded, "Kid, you must be a new ghost handler, aren't you? A ghost artifact that can be used 6 times is already a treasure, a truly rare item. How could it possibly appear on the market? The more times a ghost artifact can be used, the higher its value. The most valuable ghost artifact in our market can only be used 3 times at most. Look, how much do you think this ghost artifact can sell for?" You took out a short sword and handed it to the boss. The boss slowly took the ghost artifact. "You kid, your luck is so good. Where did you get this ghost artifact from?" "I've done quite a bit of research on ghost artifacts. Your ghost artifact looks like it should still be." The boss's words got stuck in his throat halfway through. The boss was also someone who had seen a lot. But the ghost artifact Black Cat took out could actually be used 7 times. In his memory, the maximum usage for a ghost artifact should be 6 times. This was the first time he had seen a ghost artifact that could be used 7 times. "Will you take it?" you asked, looking at the boss's surprised expression. "Little brother, you think too highly of me. I can't take this item." The boss awkwardly scratched his head. "Is my item no good?" You were a bit confused. Although this was just a low-grade ghost artifact, it shouldn't be unsellable. After all, the mortal realm was still very short on ghost artifacts. "Young master, please don't say that. If your ghost artifact isn't good, then all the ghost artifacts in the entire Sifanjuan aren't even worth mentioning. How about this? I'll help you call out. Someone will definitely buy your ghost artifact." The boss cleared his throat and shouted loudly. "A brand new ghost artifact, usable 7 times. Anyone interested?" The boss's voice was very resonant, spreading at least a dozen meters away. This single sentence was like a bomb, stirring up a commotion in the crowd. A ghost artifact that can be used 7 times? Is that real or fake? Ghost handlers were already very particular about ghost artifacts. Upon hearing that someone was selling a ghost artifact that could be used 7 times, they all surged forward to take a look. "Little brother, I've called the people for you. You handle it from here." You nodded. Holding the short sword, you displayed this low-grade ghost artifact to the crowd. "It can indeed be used 7 times. But before you could finish speaking, someone interrupted you. "You kid, do you have some misunderstanding about low-grade ghost artifacts? This kind of premium ghost artifact, and you actually call it a low-grade ghost artifact? Then the ghost artifacts sold by these vendors wouldn't even be as good as low-grade ghost artifacts." Looking at the many people around you, all with strange looks, as if extremely jealous yet also complaining, you were a bit puzzled. This kind of ghost artifact with limited uses, in the underworld, it truly is a low-grade ghost artifact. There's nothing wrong with that. How did it become a premium ghost artifact in these people's mouths? You suddenly thought of something. Looking at the crowd, you said, "If this is a premium ghost artifact, then what level would a permanently usable ghost artifact belong to?" Upon hearing this, everyone present gasped. "A permanently usable ghost artifact? Who's ever seen such a thing? You even dare to ask about that? Can something like that even be evaluated by level?" Looking at the excited crowd, they seemed to have no concept of a permanently usable ghost artifact. They had no concept. You just didn't know if these people were short-sighted, or if permanently usable ghost artifacts were simply very rare. That premium ghost artifact in your hand can sell for at least 20,000 name coins. It can sell for between 20,000 and 30,000 name coins. Hearing this price, you were a little surprised. Are these low-grade ghost artifacts really so popular in the human world? I originally thought a single ghost artifact selling for 3,000 name coins would already be quite good. I really didn't expect it could sell for 20,000 name coins. This way, the money owed will be paid off quickly. Is anyone buying? But no one responded. They also wanted ghost artifacts, but they had no money. Who could come up with 30,000 name coins? An ordinary jade ghost historian, even if they worked 365 days a year, wouldn't earn that many name coins. I'm willing to buy. A woman was seen wearing a white cheongsam, with a tall, slender figure. Paired with high heels, her walk was very imposing. This attire, this aura. She was definitely a wealthy individual. 32,000 name coins, all right? Hong Yanxuan nodded in agreement. His first reaction was that he'd lost out. He had underestimated. He'd guessed this girl in front of him was rich, but hadn't expected her to be this rich. 32,000 name coins, and she didn't even bargain? I also want to buy this ghost artifact. A man was seen with blue hair, wearing earrings. Hong Yanxuan's brows furrowed. His attitude immediately turned cold. What do you mean by this? She was already prepared to buy this ghost artifact. For someone else to suddenly pop out and snatch it away, wasn't that just sickening? I'll offer 35,000 name coins for this ghost artifact. Zhao Xiaoqiang wanted to use the price advantage to buy this ghost artifact. Hong Yanxuan immediately fell silent. He knew Zhao Xiaoqiang's family background very well. Just as Hong Yanxuan was about to leave, "Beauty, don't be in such a hurry to leave. Give me 32,000 name coins. This ghost artifact is sold to you." As he spoke, he handed the short sword to Hong Yanxuan. You definitely couldn't let a rich girl like that just leave. After all, the ghost artifact hadn't been sold yet. Hong Yanxuan's beautiful eyes gradually lit up. It was his first time meeting someone like Black Cat, who was unwilling to earn money even when it was available. This person's character was too good. He was also a very decent person. At this moment, Black Cat's small gesture raised his impression in Hong Yanxuan's heart. Zhao Xiaoqiang's face showed disappointment. He had originally intended to rely on the price advantage to buy this top-grade ghost artifact. Now he was a bit disappointed. Just as Zhao Xiaoqiang was about to leave, you stopped him. Brother, are you leaving already? I have another ghost artifact. You can take a look. Hong Yanxuan, who had just been about to leave, stopped his steps upon hearing Black Cat's words. He wanted to see if Black Cat could really produce a second ghost artifact. You still have ghost artifacts? Zhao Xiaoqiang looked at Black Cat with some surprise. You directly took out a second ghost artifact. It was also a ghost artifact that could be used 7 times. It was shaped like a pair of scissors. And when everyone saw you actually take out a second ghost artifact, everyone present was astonished. Did this guy rob a ghost den? Or did he go to the underworld? The surrounding crowd chattered, discussing animatedly. All expressed surprise and disbelief. More than that, it was intense envy and longing. Zhao Xiaoqiang looked at you with some excitement. How many name coins are you willing to sell this ghost artifact for? 32,000 name coins. You had originally intended to overcharge him. But it would be a bit unreasonable to demand an exorbitant price now. Zhao Xiaoqiang, however, didn't hesitate. He readily agreed. The price of 32,000 name coins was very reasonable. At least Black Cat hadn't ripped him off. Zhao Xiaoqiang gave Black Cat 32,000 name coins, successfully buying the top-grade ghost artifact from Black Cat. Hong Yanxuan, standing by, saw you take out another top-grade ghost artifact and sell it to Zhao Xiaoqiang. His face darkened. He had thought Black Cat was of noble character, with professional ethics, which was why he had insisted on selling the first ghost artifact to him. That's why he insisted on selling the first ghost artifact to him. Didn't expect it was just to earn more money. It wasted his good impression of Black Cat. Hong Yanxuan turned and prepared to leave. Beautiful lady, don't leave yet. Hong Yanxuan turned around. Her beautiful eyes stared coldly at you. What's wrong? Do you still want a top-grade ghost cry? I still have some. Saying so, he took out a spherical mass of ghost chi. If you want to buy it, I can give you a cheaper price. Another top-grade ghost artifact. He successively took out 3 top-grade ghost artifacts. Hong Yanxuan was shocked and displeased in her heart. Immediately, her figure disappeared into the crowd. You felt a bit regretful. Then he turned his gaze to Zhao Xiaoqiang beside him. Do you want this ghost artifact? Zhao Xiaoqiang hesitated for a moment, then politely refused. 1 top-grade ghost artifact is enough for me. Of course, this was just being polite. In reality, his situation was exactly the same as Hong Yanxuan's. They were both out of currency. Since no one was buying anymore, he then wandered around Sifang courtyard. When he came across a stall selling ghosts, he suddenly saw a female ghost. You were immediately attracted to her. Not because the owner was beautiful. The owner was only around 20 years old. Her eyes revealed a sense of purity. This girl had her hair tied in a ponytail, a gray-black jacket, and a pair of sneakers. Standing in the corner, she wasn't conspicuous. You were just attracted by the common ghost in the corner. His body was entirely white. Compared to the pitch-black ghosts around it, it seemed out of place. Name: unspecified. Realm: common level. Skill: fearless. After using the skill, it allows the ghost to be fearless of the sun and walk freely in sunlight. The moment he saw the description of this ghost's ability, he couldn't help but feel a surge of excitement. This ability can actually allow ghosts without any restrictions to move freely under the sun. One must know that only relatively powerful ghosts can appear in places with cover. They absolutely dare not appear under the sun. Sir, do you want to buy my ghost? The little girl's soft voice came. She stared at you with longing eyes. She had been here for over a month, and no one was willing to buy her ghost. I'll take this ghost. Is 1,000 units of currency enough? What? The ponytail girl was a bit surprised. She even suspected she was hallucinating. But she quickly reacted, please wait a moment. I'll immediately break the contract with this contracted ghost. Zhang Xiao excitedly accepted the 1,000 currency. No need. You stepped forward and stood directly in front of the ghost. The white-headed ghost's figure was instantly absorbed into his palm, turning into a black ball. At the same time, Zhang Xiao suddenly discovered that her contract with this ghost was severed. Black Cat's astonishing method. Zhang Xiao could only exclaim in wonder. You planned to take this common-level ghost. After carefully nurturing it, it would definitely come in handy. He continued to wander around Sifang courtyard for a while, then left, returning to the house that Xian Yun had given him. This was for agreeing to help Xian Yun catch ghosts, the house that was gifted to you, and the car. The moment he arrived at this house, you had only one thought in your mind. The yin energy here was indeed heavy. This villa over 1,000 square meters. The furniture looked very new and valuable. It must have been arranged by Xian Yun overnight yesterday. You released the common-level ghost you bought from Sifang courtyard at noon. He placed his hand on the ghost's head to suppress it. Congratulations! You have obtained the skill, fearless. Subsequently, this ghost appeared within the true track book. You could hear inside the true track book the sound of several ghosts discussing. Another ghost has come. Master has caught a new ghost. Why is its level so low? The ghosts inside the true track book were discussing among themselves. Just at this moment, a black shadow appeared in your room. Lord Inns. You switch networks. Shui stood respectfully in front of Black Cat and greeted him. From now on, you will live here. Listen to my demolition. And also completely heal your injuries. Many thanks for saving me, Lord Ince. This humble one will withdraw first. Just after the treatment was complete, Li Shui immediately knelt on the ground, expressing profound gratitude to the Black Cat. If Lord Black Cat hadn't intervened, he would have lost his soul by now. Ding Lingling and Li Shui had just left. When the phone rang, Brother Black Cat, the person you're looking for has arrived. Those who sell ghost forks will come to the ancestral hall in a week. If you want to find them, try to make some preparations in advance. Qing Yun said just these few words and then hung up the phone. Your brows furrowed slightly. The people who capture ghost messengers are finally going to meet. Before that, you should indeed make some preparations. Who exactly has such guts to even dare to capture the ghost messengers of the underworld? To avoid any unforeseen circumstances, you decided to take the ghost you suppressed and raise its level. Perhaps it could come in handy. Lord Xianxia, what instructions do you have for me? Xianxia lowered his head and bowed respectfully. The ghost energy within him was very profound. He was now a terror-level ghost. I want to enhance your strength. As soon as the words fell, you took out 20,000 Mingbai and burned them in the air. They transformed into a ball. The troubling reputation under your influence, surging into Xianxia's body from his crown. Xianxia let out a terrifying scream. His eye sockets gradually turned red. The color of his body also deepened. At this moment, a terrifying surge of ghost energy, with Xianxia at its center, spread outwards. Xianxia clearly felt. His aura had improved significantly. Many thanks for your cultivation, Lord. Xianxia thanked him excitedly. If not for Black Cat's cultivation, he wouldn't know when he could become a nightmare-level ghost. A nightmare-level ghost is also a very formidable character in the underworld. At the very least, they would be called Great Drum. From now on, you don't have to stay in the soul-suppressing book all the time. Just follow me and obey my instructions. Lord Chu Xing, what does that have to do with me? Chu Xing glanced at Xianxia beside him, feeling the terrifying aura within the other's body, and couldn't help but shrink his neck. Deep in his eyes, pure envy was revealed. Without any unnecessary nonsense, you once again took out 20,000 Mingbai and repeated the same actions as before. Another nightmare-level ghost appeared again. Many thanks for your cultivation, Lord. From now on, you will also follow me. Listen to my demolition. Yes, Chu Xing replied respectfully. Somewhere in the Ghost Exorcism Society. What kind of aura is this? A nightmare-level ghost. Such a terrifying ghost. How could it appear in Yun Chuan's ancestral hall? My heavens! A nightmare-level ghost has appeared. If someone can capture a nightmare-level ghost, they would definitely leap to become the most powerful ghost master in all of Yun Chuan. I wonder if it's a wandering ghost, or one that has already signed a contract with someone. At this moment you, however, did not know that the appearance of two nightmare-level ghosts had already alarmed many important figures in Yun Chuan. The headquarters of the Ghost Exorcism Society is located in the city center. It is an office building. It has 32 floors. At this moment, you are taking the elevator to the 7th floor. Last night, Li Bingyan said she had something to ask of you. When she saw Black Cat arrive, Li Bingyan, on her somewhat worried face, forced out a smile. She handed you a prepared identity card. This is your identity card for the Ghost Exorcism Society. With this card, no matter what you encounter, you can ask the Ghost Exorcism Society for help. After you accepted the card, you asked Li Bingyan, is there something you needed me for? Do you still have that supreme ghost artifact? Li Bingyan's beautiful eyes stared at you. You could clearly feel her urgent need for the supreme ghost artifact. You took out a supreme ghost artifact and handed it to Li Bingyan. Although we know each other, the Mingbai that should be given still needs to be given. Even close brothers settle accounts clearly. Li Bingyan felt the power of this ghost artifact, and a hint of joy appeared at the corner of her mouth. I'll give you 35,000 Mingbai for your ghost artifact. Li Bingyan was a straightforward person. Not only did she not haggle, she even gave an extra 3,000 Mingbai. If you have friends who want to buy supreme ghost artifacts, they can also come to me. Li Bingyan raised an eyebrow slightly. From your tone, it sounds like you have more of these supreme ghost artifacts. Li Bingyan nodded in agreement. Just then, a bald man walked into the room. This bald man was 1.8 meters tall, and his body was full of muscles, looking very sturdy. The bald man had tattoos carved on his neck. Li Bingyan did not want Black Cat to meet the bald man. There's nothing else, you can leave now. Just as you were about to get up, you were stopped by the bald man. Little brother, don't rush off. I have something to discuss with you. Li Bingyan frowned slightly. What you fear comes to pass. Chu Hanliang is my friend. Don't cause trouble. I'm not looking for trouble with the little brother. I just want to discuss something with him. Although Chu Hanliang said he wasn't looking for trouble, he blocked the only exit. Little brother, do you still have supreme ghost artifacts? Yesterday, Black Cat sold 2 supreme ghost artifacts. which indeed alarmed many important figures in Yunchuan. I have one last ghost artifact. Saying this, you took out a silver needle-shaped ghost artifact. And at this moment, when Chu Hanliang saw you actually take out another supreme ghost artifact, his eyes widened. He almost had the word greed written on his face. He snatched the ghost artifact from Black Cat's hand and examined it carefully. This is truly a good item. This thing would sell for at least 30,000 Mingbai outside. Chu Hanliang looked at it again and again, then put away the ghost artifact. His movements were very smooth, as if this item, once he had set his eyes on it, should naturally belong to him. Your brows furrowed slightly, feeling somewhat displeased. This ghost artifact is worth 32,000 Mingbai. Chu Hanliang was unimpressed, and dismissively replied, I know. While answering verbally, his body was already getting up to leave. It was clear he intended to freeload 32,000 Mingbai. Seeing him about to leave, you reminded him again. Little brother, give me this ghost artifact, and I'll help you raise your status in the Ghost Exorcism Society later. Chu Hanliang was not going to pay. I'll immediately start showering you with money. However, you didn't fall for that. No. Either give me 32,000 Mingbai, or return the ghost artifact to me. Chu Hanliang frowned slightly, feeling a bit unhappy. The smile on his face gradually disappeared. Black Cat, we are all members of the Ghost Exorcism Society. We'll be colleagues from now on. Can't you even give me one ghost artifact? No, you replied with a firm attitude. The soft approach didn't work. Chu Hanliang prepared to use force. Brother, you're impervious to reason. Do you really want to fall out with me? As soon as the words fell, Chu Hanliang summoned his contracted ghost. A dark black ghost shadow surged out. This was a terror-level ghost. This ghost bared its fangs, its dark black eyes staring fixedly at you, making a terrifying ghost face. However, this ghost face could only make ordinary people feel afraid. You had long been accustomed to such things in the underworld. Give me the ghost artifact. Just consider it as me making friends with you. Chu Hanliang was preparing to use strong-arm tactics to take this ghost artifact. Boom! A huge red palm directly grabbed Chu Hanliang's contracted ghost. The movement was very quick. Chu Hanliang's contracted ghost didn't even have time to react, was fiercely slapped against the wall by a palm. The entire building suddenly trembled. A hole was directly punched through the wall. Who dares to bully my lord? Xianxia roared. Terrifying pressure spread from the 7th floor, permeating the entire building. Xianxia's figure gradually expanded, filling the entire room. Red streaks permeated the room. Li Bingyan's heart suddenly constricted. A look of apprehension appeared in the depths of her eyes. This is a level 5 nightmare-grade ghost. In Yunchuan, it was his first time seeing a ghost of this level. He glanced at Chu Hanliang, snorted coldly, and stepped back. He had no intention of meddling. The next moment, Chu Hanliang was seized by Xianxia. Visually, it was like a giant holding a small doll. It wasn't that Chu Hanliang didn't resist. It was a disparity in strength. He simply couldn't resist at all. This instant attracted the attention of many ghost masters. To be attacked by a ghost at the Ghost Master Association headquarters. But when this group of people saw it was a nightmare-grade ghost, their minds buzzed. The strongest among them was only a level 3 ghost master. This was a level 5 nightmare-grade ghost. How could they fight this? Before this group of people could even react, a sky-filling black mist surged forth. All the ghost masters who had entered the room, without knowing when, found something like iron chains bound around their necks. If any of them moved even slightly, their necks would be twisted off. Following the direction of the chains, they looked, and it was yet another nightmare-grade ghost. Chu Hang made his move. The moment Chu Hang made his move, he held the lives of everyone present hostage. With just one word from Black Cat, this place would become a sea of blood today. This was the power of a nightmare-grade ghost. The appearance of 2 nightmare-grade ghosts stunned everyone. Even the usually calm Li Bingyan felt a sudden jolt in her heart. This scene before her made even her scalp tingle. A nightmare-tier ghost can be marked by Black Cat. Possessing 2 nightmare-grade ghosts, at least no one in all of Yunchuan could match them. Chu Hanliang was utterly stunned. What the hell is going on? Since when were nightmare-grade ghosts as common as cabbages? One nightmare-grade ghost was already enough. But this guy actually brought out two nightmare-grade ghosts. Chu Hanling's guts were about to turn green with regret. Ghost masters of the human realm and enforcers of the underworld. Which one was stronger? Humans need to sign contracts with ghosts to become ghost masters, whereas enforcers manage the reincarnation of souls. The difference between the two was so obvious. Yet, just 123 seconds ago, this ghost master actually wanted to take an enforcer's weapon for free. Unsurprisingly, he was slapped flying by the underworld enforcer's nightmare-grade ghost. At this moment, Xianxia looked at Lord Black Cat. Are we going to kill everyone here? Upon hearing this, everyone in the Ghost Master Association gasped in cold air. Some timid people were already trembling with fear. When did Yunchuan get a level 5 Ghost Master? What's the situation with these two nightmare-grade ghosts? As long as Black Cat nodded, everyone here would die. Black Cat alone at this moment was more powerful than the entire Ghost Master Association. Is this Black Cat's true strength? Chu Hanling's heart skipped a beat. Brother, I'm sorry. I'll give you ghost money. I'll pay for this ghost artifact. At this moment, Chu Hanling was stammering. Put him down. Black Cat waved a hand. Xianxia then released her grip, fiercely throwing Chu Hanling to the ground. Chu Hanling ignored his injuries and began rummaging through his clothes to find ghost money. Brother, I offended you just now. I am truly sorry. Here's 32,000 ghost money. Please take it. His attitude was as respectful as could be. Just then, Xianxia's body moved to the left, accidentally brushing Black Cat's cheek. With just that subtle movement, Xianxia, startled, suddenly knelt before Black Cat. Lord, I had no intention of offending you. His current strength was all bestowed by Lord Black Cat, so he dared not offend Black Cat in the slightest. Everyone around was stunned. This was a nightmare-grade ghost. How could it be so humble? Even a perilous-grade ghost would typically be revered by ordinary people. They had never seen a ghost act so subserviently. Li Bingyan also swallowed in surprise. Her feelings at this moment were exactly the same as those of the people around her. What kind of method can train a nightmare-grade ghost like this? It's fine, go back first. Black Cat didn't mind. Xianxia then let out a sigh of relief and returned to the True Ghost book along with Chu Hang. At this moment, everyone present also breathed a sigh of relief. Go do what you're supposed to do. Li Bingyan scolded the people around her. The surrounding people all dispersed at this moment, busy with their own tasks. Everything returned to normal. Were those two ghosts your full strength just now? No. These two ghosts are just the tip of the iceberg of my strength. Black Cat's words were not boastful in the slightest. If he wished, 100 nightmare-grade ghosts wouldn't be a problem. The prerequisite was having enough ghost money. This is just the tip of the iceberg? Li Bingyan found Black Cat increasingly unfathomable. Does Black Cat have ghosts even more powerful than nightmare-grade ones? If there are ghost-catching missions, I can take them on. Black Cat's True Ghost book had only collected 4 ghosts so far. He wanted to set a small goal of collecting 100 ghosts. Just imagine that scene. 100 immortal slaying-grade ghosts. Who in the human realm could be his opponent? I'll add you to the Yunchuan Ghost Master Group chat. Missions will be assigned in the group chat from time to time. If you find a suitable one, you can take the mission. These Ghost Masters communicate in the group every day. If they encounter danger, they will also seek help from each other. As soon as Black Cat entered, he saw a help request message. Level 3 Ghost Master. Yunlin has encountered danger. Is anyone relatively close to Shijiao? Please go immediately to help. Black Cat put down his phone and prepared to go. He suddenly remembered something and said to Li Bingyan, Oh, right. Can you help me investigate a ghost messenger? Her name is Zishang Qingru. Zishang Qingru? That ghost messenger. Didn't she dissipate? Li Bingyan's words were like a clap of thunder, fiercely striking Black Cat. What dissipate? A year ago, this ghost messenger was cornered by the ghost realm and came to the Ghost Master Association seeking help. However, the leaders couldn't reach an agreement and refused to help her. Mentioning the term ghost realm, Black Cat felt an inexplicable sense of irritation in his heart. In the underworld, he had killed many from the ghost realm. Now that the ghost realm's power was so strong in the human realm, they certainly wouldn't let Black Cat off. Can you confirm that Xianxia dissipated? I'm not sure. I just guessed she dissipated. In that case, I'll go help you investigate. Any news about Xianxia? Does that work for you? Yes, after you find the information, just call me. Black Cat left after saying this. Xianxia was Black Cat's senior in the underworld. She was not an ordinary underworld enforcer. Black Cat didn't believe she would be forced to dissipate by those ghosts from the ghost realm. Leaving the Ghost Master Association headquarters, Black Cat drove his Rolls-Royce to Shijiao to find Yunlin. Yunlin had sent his location in the group chat. Black Cat followed the map's location and arrived at a school. At this moment, a group of people at the very center of the school's basketball court were engaged in a fierce argument. Why should the ghost I caught be given to you? We had long set our sights on this ghost. You were just faster, catching this ghost one step ahead of us. You should return the prey we targeted to us. A chubby young man spoke, while advancing forward. At the same time, 6 or 7 people were following beside him. They stepped forward, closing in on Yunlin. What's going on? Black Cat slowly walked towards them. Seeing Black Cat's figure, a hint of hope appeared on Yunlin's desperate face. A savior has arrived. These people are from the Zilong Association. I caught a ghost yesterday. They want to snatch the ghost I caught. Zilong Association? Black Cat heard that name for the first time. The Zilong Association, like our Ghost Control Society, is also under state management. Our Ghost Control Society is mainly responsible for public order and catching ghosts. The Zilong Association is only responsible for catching ghosts. The relationship between these two factions is not good. They often have conflicts over certain interests. Black Cat glanced at these people. Among them, 3 were level 2 ghost controllers. 4 were level 1 ghost controllers. He didn't understand. Yunlin, a level 3 ghost controller. Why would he be afraid of this group of people? So what if he's a level 3 ghost controller? No matter how powerful, it's impossible to summon a ghost under the sun. Pang, who was relying on the fact that ghosts couldn't appear under the sun. That's why he dared to so brazenly snatch Yunling's ghost. He had been planning for this moment for a long time. Yunling bit his lips slightly, feeling a bit of anger. If it weren't for the fact that ghosts couldn't appear under the sunlight, he would have long ago summoned his contracted ghost to teach Pang Hu and his group a lesson. Upon hearing this, Black Cat's lips curled into a mischievous smile. A chain resembling an iron chain appeared from Black Cat's hand, fiercely lashing out at Pang Hu's body. Pig-like screams echoed across the plaza. The few people behind Pang Hu saw this scene and were so scared they retreated, not daring to advance. Yunlin's eyes widened, his face filled with disbelief. How could this be? Ghosts couldn't be summoned under the sun. One couldn't use ghost techniques. This was the most basic rule. Everyone was a ghost controller. Why could Black Cat break the rules and use ghost techniques in the sunlight? All of this was because Black Cat possessed a very abnormal ghost technique. It was not afraid of the sun's influence. Not only could he use ghost techniques, he could even summon ghosts. None of your business. Let's go. Black Cat led Yunlin and the others away. Pang Hu and his group didn't dare to stop them, only watching Black Cat and the others leave. Just as Black Cat was returning the way he came, something strange happened. No matter if he went straight or turned left, he couldn't find the way out. Even if Black Cat were an idiot, he would know he was being blocked by a ghost. As soon as he got out of the car, he saw a dense white fog all around. Visibility was less than 1 meter. Black Cat held a golden blue longsword in his right hand. Moving forward, weeping sounds began to gradually increase at a visible rate. A burst of weeping sounds came. A woman was squatting in the corner. Perhaps she heard Black Cat's footsteps. She lowered the hand covering her face, slowly turning her head to look at Black Cat. "Give me back my child. Give me back my child." Her voice gradually grew heavier. Her fingernails gradually lengthened, and she glared fiercely at Black Cat. "You took my child. I'll make you pay with your lives." She was just about to fight Black Cat desperately But in the next moment, she stopped in place. Sir, Sir Black Cat, this familiar cry was as if she had suffered a great grievance and wanted to find someone to confide in. It's. Black Cat was a bit confused. He didn't recognize the ghost in front of him. He wasn't wearing his official robes, nor his ghost messenger uniform. If it wasn't someone familiar, they couldn't possibly recognize him. I'm Xianxia. Xianxia anxiously explained to Black Cat. Do you still remember the matter of the ghost mother? Black Cat suddenly had a flash of realization. It's you. Black Cat cultivated the 5 viscera ghost hiding technique, and one of his ghosts was the ghost mother. It was precisely because of Xianxia's help that Black Cat was able to subdue the ghost mother. And relying on the ghost mother, he had established himself in the underworld as a ghost messenger. What's wrong with you now? Why do you have such strong resentment? My child was taken away by someone. Sir, you must help me. She didn't know where her child had been taken, so she couldn't find her child at all. Sir Black Cat, as long as you help me find my child, I am willing to repay you 100-fold. I can sign a contract with you. Black Cat glanced at Xianxia. Name, Xianxia. Realm, dangerous. Skill, confinement. After use, prevents enemies from leaving a fixed area. Her ghost technique ultimately wasn't particularly outstanding. Black Cat didn't consider taking her into his official ghost book, but he could keep her as a good helper. I can agree to help you find your child, but you must sign a subservience contract with me. Black Cat stated his condition. Yes, as long as you help me find my child, even if it means my soul dissipates, I'm willing. For Xianxia, her child was everything to her. She would even sacrifice herself for her child. Come with me, Black Cat slowly said to Xianxia. Subsequently, Xianxia transformed into a ball of mist and attached herself to the golden-blue longsword in Black Cat's hand. As Xianxia disappeared, the surrounding dense fog dispersed, revealing the road that should have been there. Black Cat opened his phone and sent a message in a chat group. Who has good information? I want to inquire about something related to ghosts. If you want to find a ghost, come to Wanling KTV tonight to find me. I'll take you to look for it. Okay. After Black Cat returned home, it was already past 7 p.m. Li Shui's figure appeared beside Black Cat. Sir, after you left, a few people snuck in. Do you know who they are? Black Cat was very curious who had come to his house, and what their purpose was. I left a trace of my aura on them. Should I go help you investigate? Go investigate who they are. Be careful. If they are related to ghost fish, you must prioritize your own safety. Okay. Li Shui nodded and then left. During the day, he couldn't leave this building, so he hadn't investigated their identities. Now that it was night, he could move freely. Black Cat quickly tidied up and drove to Wanlin KTV to find Feng Mingyu. I'm in the lobby. Where are you? Wait a moment. I'm coming. Black Cat sat on a chair, waiting for about 2 minutes. You're Black Cat. Black Cat looked up, seeing a woman dressed very flamboyantly, standing in front of him. This woman had blue dreadlocks, wore earrings, and black shorts. Can you help me find that ghost child? For this matter, you've come to the right person. Feng Mingyu's tone was very confident. As long as it's in Yunchuan, there's no one I can't find, and nothing I can't investigate. Black Cat's eyes lit up. That amazing? Feng Mingyu's lips curled upwards, with a hint of arrogance. You're new, you wouldn't understand. We ghost controllers have our own circle, like the black market. Come. I'll take you to the black market to find my uncle. Black Cat followed Feng Mingyu to an unknown small shop. A few low-level ghosts were kept in the shop. Inside sat an old man wearing black sunglasses. This old man was very busy. Dozens of phones were placed in front of him. His eyes were constantly fixed on the phones, and then he would take a pen and record something in a notebook. Feng Mingyu greeted the old man behind the protective glass. Uncle, this is my friend, Black Cat. Hearing Black Cat's name, Lu Feng leaned forward and carefully looked at Black Cat. I know this kid. He caused a big ruckus at the Chen family a few days ago. Yesterday, I wanted to overturn the headquarters of the Jade Ghost Society. In just a few words, he revealed things about Black Cat. Oh, and this guy. A few days ago, he also sold several top-grade ghostly artifacts. Hearing Lu Feng's words, Black Cat immediately understood. Feng Mingyu was not boasting. His uncle's information network was indeed very powerful. I came to you to inquire about something. Who caught a ghost child some time ago? Let me help you take a look. Lu Feng picked up a white notebook. Then he flipped through the notebook. He searched for about 10-odd minutes. He found a piece of paper and recorded the information from the notebook onto the paper. Lu Feng held the paper and waved it in front of Black Cat's eyes. The information you want is here. It's 1,000 fame coins, no bargaining. Black Cat didn't hesitate. He took out 1,000 fame coins and handed them to Lu Feng. A few very simple sentences were written on it. The ghost child was captured by a disciple of Qi Daoist Temple. Although he didn't know how Lu Feng obtained this information, but judging by appearances it didn't seem fake. Where is Qi Daoist Temple? What kind of place is it? Black Cat was very unfamiliar with Qi Daoist Temple. He didn't know anything about it. There are two relatively large Daoist temples in Yunchuan. The first Daoist temple is Jingxi Hall. The second Daoist temple is Qi Daoist Temple. Jingxi Hall has jade ghost scribes and Daoist priests, whereas Qi Daoist Temple is exclusively made up of Daoist priests. They have specialized techniques for catching ghosts. Their main source of income is helping people catch ghosts. Occasionally, they do a little business, such as selling ghosts and similar things. Black Cat didn't quite understand the concept of Daoist priests. But Black Cat's master was once in the Yang world, and was also a respected celestial master, also belonging to a Daoist sect. Alright, I understand. Black Cat turned and prepared to leave. What are you planning to do? You're not gonna Qi Daoist Temple, are you? Qi Daoist Temple is not to be trifled with. Feng Mingyu advised Black Cat. But Black Cat didn't listen at all. He left directly. Feng Mingyu was speechless. Is this guy always so busy? Then he also chased after him. But Feng Mingyu didn't know that Black Cat was the one not to be trifled with. At the entrance of the Daoist temple, there was a young man dressed in ordinary clothes, guarding the gate. This man's demeanor was too lazy, lying on a chair with his legs crossed. He gently opened his eyes, then gently closed them again. Just as his eyes slightly opened for a moment, his body suddenly gave a start. Scared, he slumped from the chair onto the ground. Senior brother, help! There's a ghost! A ghost! He shouted while pushing open the door. He scrambled and crawled into the Daoist temple. Black Cat was very puzzled. When he had returned to the Yang world before, he was also mistaken for a ghost. These people must have some kind of related ability, right? However, from another perspective, Black Cat could also be considered a ghost. After all, it is a secret of the netherworld. The moment the young man saw Black Cat, he only saw ghostly aura surging everywhere. That fierce ghostly aura suppressed him, making him unable to breathe. It was his first time seeing such a fierce ghost. At least it wasn't something that their group of junior disciples could handle. They definitely had to invite senior brother out. Coming. Thus, Black Cat, in order to save the son of his underworld friend, ran to the Daoist temple in Yunchuan City and directly demanded the ghost. The people in the now quiet Daoist temple exclaimed that they saw a ghost. But they didn't know that Black Cat was just a human. However, the senior brother, who had just returned to the Yang World Daoist temple from the underworld, heard that a ghost had trespassed into the Daoist temple, immediately got up, and came to the courtyard with his ghost-catching tools. What are you doing, getting scared like this by a ghost? What an outrage! Wan Yu was wearing a yellow Daoist robe, angrily rebuking the two junior brothers in front of him. He was an orthodox Daoist priest. This yellow Daoist robe was the best proof. It's against the Dao. How can a group of Daoists like us still be afraid of ghosts? Open the door. Wan Yu snapped. Senior brother, maybe we should just forget it. It's really a very fierce ghost. I'm afraid you'll get scared. The chubby man pouted, his face tearful. I would be afraid of ghosts? What kind of joke is that? Wan Yu roared righteously as he opened the door. Ever since ghosts appeared in this world, the ghosts he's caught over the years number no less than 500, if not 1,000. If I were afraid of ghosts, why would I have been in this business for 2.5 years? If this got out, wouldn't people laugh their teeth off? The plump man braced himself and opened the door. The moment the black cat walked into the courtyard, Wan Yu and the others simultaneously fell backward in unison. Meow, meow, meow. Wan Yu was speechless for a moment. This really is a very fierce ghost. In his eyes, the other party was not a person, but a ghost with overwhelming ghostly aura. Based on the strength of the ghostly aura, one could judge how powerful a ghost was. But what was the situation with an overwhelming ghostly aura? The moment he saw the black cat, he immediately lost all thought of catching ghosts. Wan Yu's spiritual perception had already reached great mastery. What he saw was not just simple ghostly aura, but that, inside the other party's belly, there were actually 5 other ghosts being harbored. His gaze met the gaze of one of the ghosts inside the black cat's belly. At that moment, Wan Yu's body trembled violently. This was a fear that came from the soul. Wan Yu quickly withdrew his gaze, not daring to use his spiritual perception again. Senior brother. Catch him. A junior brother reminded Wan Yu. Shut up. Wan Yu cursed angrily. If I could catch him, wouldn't I have done it already? How do you catch such a powerful ghost? Do you want me to use my life to catch it? Why have you come to my Qi Taoist temple? Wan Yu braced himself and asked the black cat. Did you catch a ghost child a few days ago? The ghost child's mother is very anxious. Can you return the ghost child to me? I can give you underworld currency. Wan Yu's face turned ashen. He was being sought out by a ghost. This ghost before him was actually openly demanding a ghost from him. What did that make them, these Taoist priests? Can it be given? Although Wan Yu was very unwilling in his heart, his actions were very honest. After waiting for about 3 minutes, the junior brother brought over a grayish-black jar. A talisman paper was pasted on the jar. Wan Yu unsealed the paper on the jar. A small ghost walked out of the jar. The moment it saw Wan Yu and the others, it instinctively stepped backward, shrinking its neck. But then it turned around, saw the black cat, and exclaimed, Lord Black Cat. This address of Lord Black Cat made Wan Yu even more certain that the black cat was a ghost, and a ghost of significant status. Xianxia, come out. I found your son for you. Xianxia appeared beside the black cat. She stepped forward and hugged her son. Son, are you all right? I told you not to run around, but you wouldn't listen. You got caught by these stinky Taoist priests, didn't you? If Lord Black Cat hadn't intervened to save you, you definitely wouldn't have survived. Hurry up and thank Lord Black Cat. The little ghost quickly thanked him. Thank you, Lord Black Cat, for saving my life. Xianxia glared fiercely at Wan Yu. Then, she disappeared with her son, the second person. Then, at the same time, they resided within the long sword in the black cat's hand. Thanks, the black cat said, taking out 2,000 underworld coins and handing them to Wan Yu, then turned and left. Senior brother, you're just letting this ghost go? Of course not. The face we lost today must certainly be. Regained. Go buy some talisman paper. I'm going to draw a grand ghost-catching formation and personally capture this ghost. Wan Yu snorted coldly. Wan Yu was not afraid of the black cat. It was just that it came too suddenly, and he wasn't prepared. This time, he must prepare a ghost-catching formation in advance. He absolutely had to regain the face lost today. Poor Wan Yu still didn't know what kind of being he had provoked. After all, when the black cat was working in the underworld, it had killed more than 1 million souls. After the black cat left the Qi Taoist temple, it immediately ran into Feng Mingyu, who was rushing over. Feng Mingyu had her right hand on her hip, her chest heaving up and down, breathing heavily. The bangs on her forehead were soaked with sweat. No problem. Feng Mingyu was a bit surprised. It's fine. The matter has already been resolved. It's resolved just like that? Feng Mingyu had originally thought the black cat would have a conflict with the group of people from the Taoist sect. But this scene did not happen. It seems he overthought it. Have you eaten yet? I'll treat you to a meal. Sure. I'm just hungry. The black cat had been busy all night, and was indeed a bit hungry. Feng Mingyu took the black cat to a normal restaurant in the suburbs. The restaurant was very empty. There was no one there. The first impression upon entering the restaurant was that it was dirty, messy, and run down. The tables in the restaurant were covered with a thick layer of dust. and who knew how long it had been since the floor was mopped. Why is it so dirty? It was the first time Feng Mingyu had encountered such a dirty restaurant. Are you afraid of ghosts? The black cat asked Feng Mingyu this question. At this moment, it seemed particularly abrupt. What do you mean? Feng Mingyu looked around warily. He couldn't help but move closer to the black cat. I am a ghost emissary. I'm not afraid of ghosts. Feng Mingyu said, forcing himself. It's fine if you're not afraid of ghosts. We've arrived at a ghost's nest. A ghost's nest. The next moment, Feng Mingyu understood why the black cat said this place was a ghost's nest. Ghostly figures appeared all around. The restaurant, which wasn't very big to begin with, was now filled with ghosts. Feng Mingyu casually counted. There were at least a dozen ghosts. He subconsciously moved closer to the black cat. Aren't you not afraid of ghosts? I'm not afraid, Feng Mingyu said, puffing out his chest and standing ramrod straight. Suddenly, Feng Mingyu's body trembled violently. The scene that suddenly appeared before his eyes made all the hairs on his body stand on end. A disheveled female ghost appeared. Blood flowed from her body, and her body floated in the air. Feng Mingyu merely glanced at her, and various tragic scenes of death suddenly flooded his mind. Feng Mingyu never would have thought that he would actually encounter a nightmare-level ghost. Dead. He's dead for sure. The black cat didn't react as strongly as Feng Mingyu. He had killed many ghosts in the underworld. Don't summon your contracted ghost. If your contracted ghost comes out, it will be eaten. Feng Mingyu was so scared that he immediately didn't dare to summon his contracted ghost. If you're too scared, just close your eyes. The black cat comforted Feng Mingyu. Feng Mingyu closed his eyes, clinging tightly to the black cat's back. He didn't dare to move an inch. A roar came. Xianxia's figure appeared in mid-air. He waved his palm and directly shattered the surrounding illusion. The black cat hadn't summoned Xianxia. He must have sensed a ghost provoking him, so he came out. My lord, please wait a moment. I will resolve this trouble for you right away. Xianxia's figure charged straight ahead, and became entangled with another nightmare-level ghost. Wails of agony came in waves. Deep pits appeared on the restaurant walls, and cracks simultaneously appeared on the ground. Let's go out first. The black cat pulled Feng Mingyu's hand, leading him out of the restaurant. Feng Mingyu opened his eyes, and saw two nightmare-level ghosts fighting. How is there another nightmare-level ghost? Feng Mingyu cursed. What exactly is this black cat's identity? How can it be so powerful? Xianxia grew braver with each battle. He let out a sharp cry that made one's heart tremble. Xianxia was seen with one hand, piercing the chest of the other nightmare-level ghost. He lifted this nightmare-level ghost and walked towards the black cat. I have captured this ghost that offended you, my lord. The black cat raised its paw and absorbed the ghost into the Righteous Path book. Congratulations! You have obtained the trace illusion. At this moment, on the first page of the Righteous Path book, a line of reminder text suddenly appeared. Already captured 5 ghosts. Capture 5 more ghosts, and all netherworld currency income will increase tenfold. As if afraid the black cat couldn't see it, this line of golden text was particularly striking. This official book truly offers continuous surprises. In that case, the Nightmare Collection earns 800 a day. 3 Nightmare Collections earn 2,400 a day. Just eating a meal makes the income increase tenfold. If I eat a few more meals like this, I won't be far from my small goal of 100 million. Senior Brother Qi of the Taoist Temple, that ghost who just caused trouble at our Taoist Temple, is fighting with another ghost from the Nightmare Collection. Let's go and reap the benefits of their struggle. Let's capture that ghost. After he bought the yellow paper, on his way back to the Taoist Temple, he saw the black cat. At that moment, it was fighting with a ghost from the Nightmare Collection. So he rushed back in a hurry to report to his fellow disciples. Bring your tools and set up the ghost-catching formation. Come with me to catch the ghost. Wan Yu led a group of junior disciples. They laid out talisman paper on the black cat's inevitable path. They drew some strange patterns on the ground. Then they took out red threads and buried them in the ground. These people moved very skillfully. In less than 10 minutes, everything was ready. Now they just had to wait for the black cat to take the bait. The black cat had just finished catching a ghost. It was about to drive away from here, when suddenly a group of people dressed in Taoist robes rushed out. 4 people held red threads in their right hands, forming a square, trapping the black cat inside. Another 4 people held talismans in their right hands, and then spread them on the ground. A few others held red sand, or something else. The black cat couldn't tell what it was either. It seemed like quicklime. The chubby man held a basin of incense ash in his right hand, and splashed it towards the black cat. Black ash rained down everywhere, and the black cat was utterly speechless. He had just caught a nightmare-level ghost, and was in a very good mood. But now, his good mood was ruined by this basin of incense ash. "Are you crazy?" The black cat cursed angrily at the chubby man. The chubby man's pupils gradually widened. "You're fine." He looked disbelieving. "This is impossible." The chubby man held a talisman paper and waved it in front of the black cat's eyes. "Aren't you scared?" The man asked the black cat again, full of doubt. The black cat backhanded him with a slap, landing it on the chubby man's face. It cursed angrily, "Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy or something?" The chubby man, looking wronged, said, "Senior brother, this ghost is too fierce. He even hit me." Wan Yu also panicked. He shook a bell, muttering something unintelligible. "And what's with all your mumbo-jumbo?" The black cat was very close to Wan Yu. The moment he felt the black cat's breath, Wan Yu's tightly furrowed brows gradually relaxed. "Meow, meow, meow. So you're a human. You scared me to death. I thought I'd run into a tough one." At this moment, he inexplicably breathed a sigh of relief. No wonder the talismans and red threads, he had even set up a grand ghost-catching formation, were utterly useless against the black cat. "I'm sorry. This was purely a misunderstanding." Wan Yu never dreamed that he would confuse a human with a ghost. He was utterly mortified. He quickly pulled 2,000 renminbi from his pocket. "Brother, I'm truly sorry. This is a small token of my apology. What happened today was purely a misunderstanding. I really didn't mean it. I truly made a mistake." Wan Yu genuinely wasn't trying to cause trouble for the black cat. He just mistakenly took the black cat for a ghost. The black cat accepted the 2,000 renminbi. "Don't let there be a next time." There definitely won't be a next time. Wan Yu's attitude at this moment was like that of a grandson. The black cat had said all the curses it needed to say. It had said all it needed to say. And Wan Yu had also paid compensation. So the black cat no longer pursued the matter. Turned and left with Feng Mingyu. Wan Yu watched the black cat's departing back, and slumped to the ground. "As if relieved," senior brother said. "Why was that person just now so strange? If he's human, why does he have such a heavy ghostly aura? This is too rare. Ghost envoys also possess ghostly aura. But that kind of ghostly wail comes from contracted ghosts. The black cat's ghostly wail, however, comes from himself. This is also why Wan Yu and the others would consider the black cat to be a ghost. How would I know? There are always some things we don't understand. You absolutely must not provoke him. People will die. We'll talk about his matter after Master returns. Before that, no one is to provoke him." With this last sentence, Wan Yu raised his voice. This wasn't a reminder. This was a warning. The black cat of the lost land cannot be provoked. The next day, the black cat set off for Minghai Building. Yesterday, he had accepted a mission from the Yunchuan Ghost Control Society community. 4 people had died in Minghai Building, and someone was needed to investigate the situation. Danger level 3. Reward for completing the mission: 300 Ming coins. The black cat wasn't interested in the 300 Ming coins reward. He was more curious about what skills this ghost possessed. Ever since the anomalies descended, many cases were handed over to the Ghost Control Society to resolve. While many ordinary employees were responsible for security and aftermath, as for investigating cases, that was left to the people of the Ghost Control Society. "Hey, you can't go in here. It's very dangerous. Hurry and leave." Zhao, who saw a man wearing a black hat walk into the building, he warned. A gunshot then echoed in the air. Zhao, whose body fell to the ground in response. The man wearing the black hat, holding a black pistol in his hand, quickened his steps and entered the Minghai Building. The black cat had just driven to Minghai Building. When he saw the scene, bright red blood stained his palm. Zhao, whose face was deathly pale, devoid of color. Afterwards, Zhao, who was carried onto an ambulance and sent to the hospital. I'm from the Ghost Control Society. I'm in charge of the Minghai building mission. What happened? The man recounted the general course of events to the Black Cat. Recounted it. There was no fire in Minghai building the night before last. Yet, 4 people were burned to death. So Zhao, who suspected it was the work of a ghost, and reported the matter to the Ghost Control Society, for the Ghost Control Society to resolve it. Everything was logical. The only illogical thing was someone suddenly appearing with a gun. I understand. You all wait for me here. The Black Cat set off to enter Minghai building. As he walked into the building, a wave of chilling coldness washed over him. The Black Cat didn't take the elevator. Instead, he chose to take the stairs. He needed to check floor by floor. Xianxia. The Black Cat snorted. Master, you summoned me. There's a person with a gun here. Help me catch him. Yes, master. Xianxia nodded. His gaze scanned all around. Then he passed through the ceiling and went upstairs. The Black Cat walked up the stairs unhurriedly. He didn't know why, but after entering, the Black Cat always had a bad premonition. There was an unspeakable heaviness in his heart. Yin's intuition usually foretold that something was about to happen. Wu Xing, go with Xianxia. I have a bad premonition. Immediately, Chu Xing also emerged from the Righteous Path book and set off to follow Xianxia. To prevent being ambushed, the Black Cat also summoned Hong Yi. Hong Ye's hair hung down to the ground, floating behind the Black Cat. Master, I'm scared. Hong Yi looked up towards the ceiling. The Black Cat was somewhat surprised. What was it that made her feel scared? There seems to be something upstairs. I'm scared. Hong Yi repeated again. Although she didn't know why, she genuinely felt scared. Ghosts never say they're scared. When he uttered the word, fear, that meant there was definitely danger. Oh no. Xianxia is back from her outing. The Black Cat roared loudly. There was no response. Only the Black Cat's voice echoed in the corridor. The Black Cat quickened its pace and went upstairs. Suddenly, a sharp shriek pierced the sky. It was a heart-wrenching scream. The Black Cat's heart suddenly constricted. The Black Cat was very familiar with the heart-wrenching scream from just now. That was Xianxia's voice. The Black Cat quickened its pace and rushed upstairs. Xianxia was a nightmare-level ghost. Even in the underworld, she could barely be considered a powerful entity. Yet, at this moment, she was letting out heart-wrenching screams. 20,000 Mengbi. Don't let anything happen. The Black Cat was a bit anxious. Quickened its pace again. The netherworld's blazing flame actually appeared in the mortal realm, and was possessed by a human ghost envoy. And this kind of flame could burn the essence of ghosts. As long as it touched even a little, it would instantly be devoured by the flames. The closer the Black Cat got to the top floor, the louder Xianxia's heart-wrenching screams became. Boom! A large hole was smashed through the ceiling of the roof. A ball of pitch-black flame fell to the ground. Xianxia's figure was currently at the center of the flames. Her soul was being incinerated by the flames at this moment. My lord, hurry and leave. As soon as the words fell, immediately followed by Xianxia's heart-wrenching screams. Why would the netherworld's blazing flame appear in the mortal realm? The Black Cat took out a blue longsword. It swung the longsword, fiercely slashing down at Xianxia, to sever the connection between the netherworld's blazing flame and Xianxia. The netherworld's blazing flame fell to the ground. Having lost its fuel, the flames gradually shrank, and then slowly disappeared. The Black Cat realized. What was before its eyes was merely the flame of the netherworld's blazing flame, not its seed. Xianxia's body had shrunk by a circle. The netherworld's blazing flame had burned her essence. It would be difficult for her to recover in the short term. Boom! Above their heads, another violent explosion sounded. Chu Xing must be fighting a ghost. Hong Yi, go help. Who told you to run out? The man wearing a black hat angrily rebuked a ghost. Qi Dao, thankfully I brought the netherworld's blazing flame to find you. Otherwise, you would definitely die here. I just wanted to come out for some fresh air and get some food. These people came to cause me trouble. Once I kill all these ghosts, I'll go back with you. Hurry up. The man wearing the hat crossed his arms over his chest. He was very impatient. Chu Xing's current state was very bad. His originally complete body was now incomplete. He was missing an arm and half of his body. If he were to touch the flames again, he would surely die. Just at this desperate moment, Hong Yi appeared. The man wearing the hat saw another nightmare-level ghost arrive. He exclaimed in surprise, "How can there be? In such a small place like Chuan, there are actually 3 nightmare-level ghosts." The man wearing the hat gritted his teeth. He seemed to have made some kind of decision. He pulled a black bottle out of his pocket. "Zhang Kuei, these flames are all for you. Kill everyone here." The man wearing the hat threw the black bottle out. Zhang Kuei grabbed the bottle with his right hand. His expression was very excited. Upon receiving it, he crushed the bottle. Pitch-black flames instantly enveloped his entire body. Zhang Kuei. The aura of this ghost was even more vigorous than before. "Kill you all." Zhang Kuei licked his tongue, charged towards Chu Xing and the other 2 ghosts. When Black Cat used the soul dispersion ghost catching art to target a ghost, the black hole frequently charged towards Zhang Kuei. The soul dispersion ghost catching art naturally restrains ghosts. Under normal circumstances, Black Cat would definitely instantly kill a nightmare-level ghost. But the situation was different now. The surrounding netherworld flames made Black Cat wary of getting too close. "Meow, meow, meow, is this guy really that fierce?" The man wearing a hat exclaimed. It was his first time seeing someone fight a ghost back and forth like that. Tricky illusion. Black Cat used a trick. The surrounding environment underwent drastic changes. A sea of flames surged forth across the sky. Corpses fell one after another into the black flames. And this scene was the scene Zhang Kuei feared most in his heart. Zhang Kuei's emotions clearly changed. He began to become irritable. Tricky entanglement. Black Cat waved a hand. An iron chain surged out, tightly binding Zhang Kuei's body. The netherworld flames on Zhang Kuei's body instantly flared up. The black flames, like a lit fuse, traveled along the chain, burning towards Black Cat. The next moment, Black Cat released its grip. The black flames gradually disappeared. The pupils of the man wearing glasses gradually dilated. How does this guy possess so many tricks? Some Jade Ghost Masters don't even have 1 trick. Yet this person could easily use 3 types of tricks. Unprecedented. What surprised him even more was that the man before him had actually contracted 3 nightmare-level ghosts, and they were so obedient, even risking soul dispersion, to obey Black Cat's commands. The man wearing a hat retreated backward, to avoid being implicated. At this moment, Zhang Kuei suddenly opened his mouth. A puff of black smoke gushed out. The moment Zhang Kuei opened his mouth, Black Cat waved a hand, conjuring a hairpin. The golden hairpin was very fast. It appeared before Zhang Kuei's eyes in the blink of an eye. The moment Zhang Kuei's hand touched the hairpin pierced through his palm, charging directly towards his glabella. In such a short time, Zhang Kuei couldn't react at all. He could only let the hairpin pass through his glabella. This hairpin was a gift from Black Cat's senior sister. Compared to conventional weapons, this hairpin was more suitable for sneak attacks. Zhang Kuei lost the ability to resist in that instant. Puchi. A pair of ghostly arms pierced through Zhang Kuei's chest. A black figure passed through Zhang Kuei's chest. Another ghostly figure appeared beside him. Grabbing Zhang Kuei's chest from the middle, his palm forcefully tore Zhang Kuei into 2 halves. Chun Shi and Chu Xing each grabbed half of Zhang Kuei and began devouring the ghost to recover their expended energy. When Hong Yi saw Chun Shi and Chu Xing devouring, he was so envious he almost drooled. This stuff is a great tonic. He also had no way to go forward and ask for some. After all, slaying Zhang Kuei didn't have much to do with him. Chun Shi glanced at Hong Yi, then ripped off a leg and handed it to Hong Yi. Hong Yi was incredibly excited. The man wearing a hat saw Zhang Kuei die, and felt a bit panicked. Black Cat was very interested in the netherworld flames. If he could get his hands on this stuff, his strength would definitely greatly increase. Black Cat walked towards the man wearing a hat, preparing to ask for information about the netherworld flames. Just as Black Cat reached the man's side, bang! A gunshot rang out. The man wearing a hat committed suicide. It was a pity he died just like that. Black Cat also couldn't ask any useful information from him. Outside Minghai Tower at this moment, Li Bingyan heard that nightmare-level ghosts had appeared here, so she quickly gathered all the Jade Ghost Masters to provide support. A total of over 100 Jade Ghost Masters gathered. Everyone summoned their contracted ghosts, preparing to enter. Li Bingyan said a single sentence. Bring the atmosphere to its most tense moment. Just then, the sounds of fighting in the building disappeared. A dark figure appeared before everyone. Everyone adopted a stance ready for battle. Even Li Bingyan unconsciously clenched the spectral energy in her hand. The dark figure in the distance gradually grew larger. Black Cat's figure slowly appeared before everyone's eyes. Black Cat's upper garment seemed to have been burned. One sleeve was missing. His right arm bore traces of scrapes. But these people, their gaze at this moment was not on Black Cat. They were more concerned about what was behind Black Cat. Two nightmare-level ghosts. Both were gnawing on an unknown object in their hands. He cast a cold glance. Li Bingyan and the others all felt a chill run down their spines. They subconsciously retreated. Some lower-level ghosts were so scared they immediately returned to their hosts' bodies, not daring to show their faces. Everyone looked at the Black Cat with apprehension and even greater fear. Li Bingyan took a deep breath. Well, didn't a nightmare-level ghost appear here? It's already been dealt with. Hearing that the nightmare-level ghost had been dealt with by the Black Cat, Li Bingyan and the ghost specialists behind her at this moment all secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Just a nightmare-level ghost. Why are so many people here? I can handle it by myself. I don't need your help. The Black Cat said casually. Is that something a human would say? What do you mean, just a nightmare-level ghost? Only the Black Cat, who possesses two nightmare-level ghosts, could utter such arrogant words. There's a person wearing a hat inside. Help me find out where he came from. Give me his detailed information. The Black Cat was very interested in the man wearing the hat. He even suspected that this man was the one who brought the netherworld bright flame. Li Bingyan arranged for people to retrieve the body of the man with the hat from inside. The corpse was brought out, and then she began to investigate the man's identity. The Black Cat didn't linger either. He returned to Xianxia to purchase some materials. He planned to refine a ghost artifact that could contain ghosts. Ordinary ghost artifacts only needed to be made from Mingbi, but ghost artifacts that could contain ghosts were more special. They required a corresponding medium. The Black Cat wandered around the materials section for a long time, but didn't find anything he liked. Hello, Mr. Black Cat. A man in a black suit approached the Black Cat. This Xianxia is an establishment under my young master's ownership. My young master wishes to meet you. The Black Cat followed behind the man in uniform. Into a room. A young man was seated on a chair, brewing a pot of tea. Brother, please sit here. The man greeted the Black Cat very warmly. My name is Fu Wansen. I've sought you out because I wish to do business with you. You should still have ghost artifacts, correct? The kind of top-grade ghost artifacts. Some time ago, the Black Cat selling top-grade ghost artifacts at Xianxia had attracted a lot of attention. As for ghost artifacts, as long as the Black Cat wished, he could produce many. It was just that selling them was a bit troublesome. Fu Wansan took out from under the table a black box he had already prepared. Here's 200,000 Mingbi, which is my deposit for you. I'll help you sell ghost artifacts. Each time I help you sell one, I'll take a 15% cut of the profit. The Black Cat opened the black box. Inside it was entirely Mingbi. Oh no! This is the feeling of temptation. All right. The Black Cat thought for a moment, and then agreed. This matter had no downsides for the Black Cat, only benefits. Fu Wansan paid the Black Cat a 200,000 Mingbi deposit in advance, intentionally demonstrating his commitment to cooperating with the Black Cat. Brother Cat, what materials are you looking to buy at Xianxia? If Xianxia doesn't have the materials you're looking for, you can take a look at some special items I've collected. Fu Wansan stood up and led the Black Cat to a hidden room within the private chamber. The room was very small, only about 10 square meters. Various items hung on the surrounding walls. Brother Cat, everything here is from my personal collection. Feel free to look around. As the Black Cat entered this hidden room, he was drawn to a transparent, fiery red ring. A red gem was embedded at its very top. and it was tainted with an aura of death. This ring could be used as the base for crafting a ghost artifact. There's no better time. Brother Cat, if you like this ring, I can give this ring to you. But there's something I'd like to ask of you. What is it? The day after tomorrow I have a transaction to attend. I'd like to ask you to be my bodyguard. The day after tomorrow's transaction was very important to him. He didn't want any accidents to happen. Just let me know when the time comes, he said. Black Cat took the rings and fame and fortune home to refine ghost artifacts. Refining ghost tools is very simple. It only took 5 hours. Black Cat refined 5 pieces. Ghost tools that could be used 7 times. But the ring was the most important. As long as it's nourished with underworld currency for 2 days, this ghost tool that can be used permanently would be considered completely refined successfully. Not many days passed when Fu Wansan came to inform Black Cat to attend the trade fair. Fu Wansan wore a black suit paired with black leather shoes. He was dressed very formally. Brother Cat, you've arrived. This is for you. Black Cat took the black bag he had prepared earlier and handed it to Fu Wansan. What's this? Fu Wansan curiously opened the black bag to check. His pupils gradually dilated. An expression of disbelief appeared on his face. This black bag contained at least 10 ghost tools, and they were all the kind that could be used. 7 times top-grade ghost tools. Quickly put these things away. Fu Wansan, as if he had found a treasure, ordered someone to put away these ghost tools. Be careful not to bump or scratch them. Brother Cat, rest assured. In half a month at most we can sell these ghost tools and forbidden arts. Fu Wansan was very curious, where Black Cat could get so many ghost tools. He had checked Black Cat's information. There were no traces. It was as if he appeared out of thin air. A month ago, in Yunchuan, there was no information about Black Cat at all. Excuse me, I bought some clothes and came late. A woman slowly walked over. It was Hong Yensun who had previously bought ghost tools from Black Cat. I didn't expect you also knew Brother Cat. Hong Yensun is also a bodyguard I hired. This transaction is with the Li family from Beihai. The Li family's reputation is not good. For safety's sake, he not only hired Black Cat as a bodyguard, but also brought Hong Yensun. If you encounter danger later, hide behind me. I'll protect you. Hong Yensun said unhurriedly. No need to say that. Black Cat had been in the human world for so long and hadn't encountered any danger. The last time, the trajectory battle against the Nightmare Collective in Minghai Building, in Black Cat's opinion, wasn't even considered dangerous. All right then. Hong Yensun didn't argue with Black Cat. The people from the Li family were currently waiting for Fu Wansan in the villa. Since everyone has arrived, then let's begin. I invited you all here to discuss matters concerning the Yunchuan market. From now on, all your profits will be submitted 10% to our Li family. These words were like a clap of thunder, exploding among the crowd. Zhuang Ruo didn't speak. He looked at Fu Wansan. The other few people also looked at Fu Wansan. This situation was very clear. These people vaguely regarded Fu Wansan as their leader. After all, Fu Wansan had committed commercial offenses in Yunchuan City. No way. Fu Wansan firmly refused the Li family. This is too overbearing. Just with one sentence they want to take 10% of the profits? This is trying to gain something for nothing. Fu Wansan made his stance clear. The other few people also followed suit and made their stance clear. I also disagree. I also disagree. Zhuang Ruo and the others successively expressed their disagreement. Li San sat on a chair, crossing his legs. His right index finger continuously tapped the tabletop. I'll be direct. Our Li family plans to develop in Yunchuan. Everyone was aware of the Li family's strength. If anyone dares to oppose my Li family, I guarantee their end will be tragic. Li San's words were full of menace. I'll take a step back. I only need 5% of the profit. No way. Fu Wansan's attitude was resolute. He wouldn't concede an inch. He knew very well that if he agreed to give Li San 5% of the profit today, Li San would demand 10% tomorrow, and then slowly devour them. Li San's expression was icy. From somewhere unknown, he produced a greenish-gray jar. The first impression the jar gave was one of dilapidated old age. An old, worn-out jar. It even had some chips. Fu Wansan and the others all looked bewildered. They didn't know what Li San meant by taking out this jar. Li San didn't speak. He slowly rose, then turned and left. At the same time, all of Li San's bodyguards left the room. Only Fu Wansan and his group remained in the room. He just left like that? What does that mean? Just as everyone was wondering, something unexpected happened. Ghost masters are not omnipotent, because some ghosts would rather dissipate than be bound by a human contract. But there are ways to seal them. At this moment, from the greenish-gray jar Li San had taken out, a large amount of black smoke suddenly billowed out. The smoke instantly filled the entire room. "Be careful," Hong Yanxuan exclaimed. She summoned her contracted ghost. Then she instructed the black cat, "Protect Fu Wansan. I'll deal with this ghost." The black cat reluctantly stopped. It stayed by Fu Wansan's side. The black smoke in the air dispersed. A ghost appeared holding a large black arrow. This ghost had no skin on its face, only bone. There was still residual blood on the bones. It was actually a terror-level ghost. But the next moment, this terror-level ghost appeared in front of a ghost master. With one strike, it split the ghost master's body in two. The level 3 ghost master's face was filled with disbelief. Blood splattered across the entire room. Fu Wansan roared, "Li San, this guy is planning to kill all of us." And the moment the black cat saw this ghost, not only did it not feel fear, but a greedy look even emerged from the depths of its eyes. Because this ghost could actually condense a weapon for its own use, and the shape of the weapon depended on the user's thoughts. The black cat really liked this characteristic. It's truly like someone brings a pillow when you're sleepy, or water when you're thirsty. When the ghost saw the black cat's scheming gaze, his body involuntarily shivered. Everyone, attack together. At this moment, we must unite against the enemy, to have a sliver of hope. But even with 3 level 3 ghost masters joining the battle simultaneously, they did not gain the upper hand. Instead, this ghost repeatedly forced Hong Yanxuan and the others to retreat. The situation was dire. "Let me handle this. Morning mist, come out." As the black cat's voice fell, everyone in the room stopped moving. They stared intently in the black cat's direction. They saw a ghost appear in front of the black cat. And this female ghost, both in demeanor and physical form, was exceptionally realistic. The moment her gaze fell upon everyone present, everyone's heart skipped a beat. This feeling was like being targeted by the Grim Reaper. This oppressive feeling was nightmarish. Only then did Hong Yanxuan realize that the black cat was actually a level 5 ghost master. After morning mist appeared, these people, a hint of joy emerged on their desperate faces. They hurriedly ran towards the black cat, seeking the black cat's protection. And the other ghost, sensing that something was wrong, actually tried to turn and flee. So ghosts also know fear. But just as it was about to turn, the next moment, Xianxia's arm passed right through the ghost's chest. It instantly lost the ability to resist. Xianxia lifted it and brought it before Black Cat, then handed it over to Black Cat for disposal. Black Cat chose to suppress this ghost. "Congratulations, you have obtained Giji Tai." This was a dimensionality reduction strike from Black Cat. It wasn't a containment at all. Catching this ghost was effortless. It was incredibly simple. Hong Yanxuan, standing by, unconsciously swallowed. Too strong. He had never imagined that the man before him could be so powerful. There are also distinctions of strength and weakness among ghosts. For example, Hong Yanxuan's ghost and the ghost from just now were both horror level. But Hong Yanxuan's ghost couldn't defeat that one. Black Cat's ghost was a nightmare-level ghost. It should be considered a very powerful existence among nightmare-level ghosts. It instantly killed a horror-level ghost with just one move. Not only was Hong Yanxuan surprised, Fu Wansan, who was beside him, was now so astonished he couldn't even speak. Actually, when he called Black Cat to be his bodyguard, it was just to make up the numbers. He never expected Black Cat to be so fierce. This was incredible. Originally, Fu Wansan had some apprehension towards Li San. But after seeing Black Cat's strength, all his apprehension towards Li San vanished. Perhaps Black Cat was their reliance in resisting Li San. "Impressive, isn't it?" Black Cat asked Hong Yanxuan. "Impressive. Why did you stop me?" If you hadn't stopped me, I would have dealt with this ghost long ago. Hong Yanxuan lowered his head. He was very depressed. He didn't know that Black Cat was a level 5 ghost tamer. If he had known, he definitely wouldn't have stopped Black Cat. Young brother, thank you for saving our lives. Zhuang Ruo led the others in thanking Black Cat. If Black Cat hadn't intervened, they might have died here today. Don't rush to thank me. The matter isn't resolved yet. Black Cat pointed towards outside the house. Li San was still outside. Hearing Black Cat's words, Fu Wansan and the others' expressions turned grave. Today, this matter had completely torn their relationship with Li San apart. Li San wanted to kill them. Naturally, they couldn't just let it go. But the most important thing right now was to leave this place safely. Li San was currently outside, arms crossed over his chest, silently looking in the direction of the house. That evil ghost was very fierce. Couldn't be subdued at all. A contract couldn't be signed with it. So Li San then used special means and sealed that evil ghost in a jar. Since Fu Wansan and his group refused to cooperate, then he would just have to kill them all. Li San had even thought through, in Yunchuan in the future, how he would develop his own power. A smile couldn't help but appear on his face. But the next moment, the smile on Li San's face froze. Fu Wansan and the others had actually emerged from the room alive. Li San even suspected he was mistaken. Among this group, only one bodyguard was missing. The rest were completely unharmed. How was this possible? That evil ghost was a horror-level ghost. Why couldn't it kill these people? Li San was very unwilling. His gaze focused on Hong Yanxuan. Among this group of people, he was the most likely one to have killed that evil ghost. Fu Wansan, it seems you brought an extraordinary bodyguard. Li San, your intentions are truly malicious. You invited us to discuss a deal in name. But in reality, you wanted to put us to death. If you don't die, how can I develop in Yunchuan? Anyway, we've already fallen out. There's no need to pretend anymore. Then let's speak frankly. Although your Li family is powerful, don't think you can do whatever you want. Besides, you're just an adopted son of the Li family. Don't always try to scare us by putting on airs as a member of the Li family. Anyway, we've already fallen out. These words from Fu Wansan seemed to have hit a raw nerve for Li San. Li San's pupils suddenly contracted. The killing intent deep within his eyes was completely unconcealed. Already courting death. The bespectacled man behind Li San. Step forward, young master, you rest. Leave these people to me. Li San nodded. He unhurriedly instructed Nantian. Be gentle. Don't kill Fu Wansan. I want to torture him to death little by little. Lan Tian licked his lips. A sinister smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. All right, I understand. Hong Yanxuan stepped forward, ready to fight Lan Tian. Black Cat's hand rested on Hong Yanxuan's shoulder. You don't need to act. Leave this person to me. Seeing Black Cat voluntarily step forward, Lan Tian sneered disdainfully. Kid, are you in such a hurry to die? The reason Lan Tian was so confident was because he didn't feel from Black Cat the pressure of being a jade ghost master. So in his eyes, Black Cat was even inferior to Hong Yanxuan. Heh. Black Cat gave a cold laugh. Lan Tian spoke again. What are you pretending? You fundamentally don't have the pressure that a jade ghost master should possess. Presumably, your contracted ghost must be very weak, right? A very weak jade ghost master dares to challenge me? Utterly ridiculous. Jade ghost master? Who said I was a jade ghost master? Black Cat still sneered. Jade ghost master is the professional title these people use for ghost controllers. Black Cat was not a ghost master. If one absolutely had to use a professional term to address him, then Black Cat was an ins. One could only say, Black Cat was beyond Nantian's comprehension. Talking big is useless. I'll let you witness my strength. Lan Tian summoned his contracted ghost. Behind him, a lazy ghost appeared. The ghost had no facial features and floated in front of Lan Tian. An extreme ghost, a terror-level contracted ghost. You can work hard your whole life and still never obtain a terror-level ghost. Understand? Is that so? A terror-level ghost? I really don't have one. Black Cat hadn't finished speaking. Lan Tian interrupted. You don't even have a terror-level ghost? What do you have to fight me with? Without a terror-level ghost, you still dare to challenge me? A terror-level ghost I don't have. But I have a nightmare-level ghost. From Xianxia, a burst of red mist emerged. In the deepest part of the mist, a ghost floated in mid-air. The gap was clearly widened. Both were ghosts. But compared to Xianxia's ghost, Lan Tian's ghost was far inferior. They were not on the same level at all. Nightmare level, Lan Tian squeezed out from between his teeth. Although he was very unwilling to believe these 3 words. This terrifying subtle pressure could absolutely not be fake. You think one nightmare-level ghost can scare me? Ridiculous. Although Lan Tian felt a little apprehensive, his mouth was still very stubborn. Who said I only have one nightmare-level ghost? Beside Chu Xing and Xianxia, another nightmare-level ghost appeared again. The moment the 2 nightmare-level ghosts appeared, one could clearly feel the expressions of the surrounding ghost masters all changed. How does this guy have another nightmare-level ghost? Hong Yanxuan looked at Black Cat in front of him with some shock. Before Black Cat, Yun Chuan had never seen a ghost master possessing nightmare-level ghosts. Could be said, Black Cat was already an invincible existence in Yun Chuan. The moment he saw the 2 nightmare-level ghosts, Lan Tian became timid. He was already struggling to contend with one nightmare-level ghost. With 2 nightmare-level ghosts, he was even less likely to be a match. Black Cat looked at Lan Tian's timid expression. He smiled faintly. If I had 3 nightmare-level ghosts, I wonder how your excellency would cope? The next moment, Hong Yi with disheveled hair silently appeared behind Lan Tian. At that moment, Lan Tian was surrounded by 3 nightmare-level ghosts. His forehead was sweating from nervousness, and Lan Tian's contracted ghost was visibly trembling. Everyone present was incredibly shocked to see that there were actually 3 nightmare-level ghosts. Although Hong Yanxuan knew Black Cat was not an enemy, but the moment he saw the 3 nightmare-tier ghosts, he still maintained a wary expression. This fear was genuine. Li San saw that something was wrong, and quickly stepped forward to defuse the awkwardness. It's all a misunderstanding. Let's just let today's matter go. You all should leave. Li San feigned generosity, acting as if he wouldn't bother with Black Cat and the others. But Black Cat stood still, unmoved. He did not leave. Not only did Black Cat not leave, but Fu Wansan and the others beside him also made no move. Everyone had already shown their true colors. To leave at this moment, anyone with a bit of sense would understand that leaving at this moment would only invite Li San's mad revenge. Fu Wansan and the others did not speak. They turned their gaze towards Black Cat. After all, Black Cat was the one with the most authority here. Black Cat stood coldly in place. He pointed at Nan Tian and said coldly, "If I don't kill you today, I'll take your surname." This Nan Tian had provoked Black Cat again and again. Did he really think Black Cat was easy to bully? Li San's lips curled into an imperceptible sinister smirk. He slowly spoke to Nan Tian. "Put away your contracted ghosts." Ha! Lan Tian didn't understand why Li San was telling him to put away his contracted ghosts. Can't you understand what I'm saying? Li San glanced coldly at Lan Tian. As you command. Lan Tian dared not disobey Li San's order, so he put away his contracted ghosts. Black Cat's 3 contracted ghosts simultaneously walked forward at this moment, tacitly surrounding Lan Tian. Lan Tian nervously swallowed. His palms were sweating. Kid, do you really think you're invincible with just 3 contracted ghosts? Today I'll make you pay the price for your arrogance. I want you to personally watch your contracted ghosts die. Ghosts fear the sun. This was something all ghost masters knew, and Li San wanted to use this to defeat his opponent. At this moment, Li San held a remote control in his hand, slowly pressing it. The moment the black glass ceiling retracted, blinding light shone down on the ground. This is bad. Hong Yanxuan saw the blinding light shining on the ghosts, and his expression gradually froze. The smile on Fu Wansan's face instantly vanished. It was replaced by shock. He was so scared that he collapsed onto the ground. Ha 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 ha. The nightmare tier ghosts are going to be destroyed. Now Lan Tian understood why. Li San had just ordered him to put away his contracted ghosts. So this place had such a feature. Kid, without your contracted ghosts, let's see how arrogant you can be. Did you really think you were invincible with contracted ghosts? Ridiculous. Lisan's mocking words were not yet finished, when his expression gradually froze. His gaze was fixed on the three nightmare tier ghosts not far away. Lisan's expression at this moment was as ugly as if he had eaten shit. Lan Tian's expression beside him was even more preposterous than Lisan's. He also had a look of disbelief, almost suffocating. The blinding sunlight shone on Xianxia's body. Not only did Xianxia show no expression of pain, he even seemed to be enjoying it. Perhaps ever since he became a ghost, he had never enjoyed the feeling of the sun. How is that possible? Black Cat's three ghosts were actually unharmed under the sunlight. Not a single thing was wrong. This is unscientific. It wasn't that Black Cat's ghosts weren't afraid of the sun. Black Cat had a special ability called fearless. After using this ability, they would not fear the sun. This was also why Black Cat's ghosts were safe and sound under the sun. They're fine. They're fine. Hu Wansan shouted excitedly, his face beaming with a brilliant smile. They're actually fine. Hong Yanxuan was equally shocked. He let out a deep sigh. As long as they're fine. At the same time, he was even more shocked by Black Cat's strength. Three nightmare tier ghosts that aren't afraid of the sun? This is too outrageous. Why are your ghosts not afraid of the sun? Lan Tian served very reluctantly until, what are you? Do I need to explain to you? Young master, run. Lan Tian suddenly felt embarrassed towards Li Sanjin. No one should even think of leaving. A bodyguard who was the first to flee the main gate was suddenly attacked by a mysterious force. His body was severed at the waist, and just like that, his life ended. Hong Yi blocked the only exit. Whoever dares to leave will die. Lan Tian was just about to speak, when he suddenly felt a chill in his chest. He lowered his head. Only then did he see. His own chest had an extra hole he didn't know when it appeared. Lan Tian immediately lost the strength to speak. Slowly closed his eyes, ending his life. After dealing with Lan Tian, Xianxia then walked towards Li San. I am a member of the Li family. If you dare to harm me, you will definitely incur the Li family's furious retaliation. You cannot withstand the Li family's wrath. As Li San's words just fell, Pucci blood sprayed into the air. Li San was severed at the waist, ending his life. Black Cat wasn't stupid. These actions today had completely put him at odds with Li San. Letting Li San leave would only invite even more furious retaliation. The best solution was to completely eliminate the potential danger. Next was to clear the scene. None of Li San's bodyguards were spared at this time. All died suddenly. The air was filled with the metallic smell of blood. Fu Wansan and the others all fell silent regarding this matter. After all, behind Li San was the Li family. If the Li family members found out about this, they would definitely suffer retaliation. Hey, why aren't you people talking anymore? You are the protagonists of this matter today. I merely entered the situation as a bodyguard. That's right, Li San is dead, and the Li family will retaliate against Black Cat. But Fu Wansan and these people are the main targets of retaliation. Li San is dead. All of you are responsible. Fu Wansan quickly nodded. All of us. We all have responsibility. I will handle the aftermath immediately. At this time, everyone must be united. Moreover, Li San must die. Otherwise, it would be them who die. Fu Wansan and the others should thank Black Cat. You don't need to be afraid or panic. If the Li family really dares to come for revenge, I will resolve it. Black Cat's words were like a stabilizing force, making Fu Wansan and the others feel extremely secure. Brother Mo, you're being too polite. We're in this together. We all have responsibility in this matter. We will also give you help. After resolving the matter with Li San, Black Cat hailed a taxi and went home. The next day, Black Cat wore a black outer layer, paired with a white inner shirt. A blue sword hung at his waist. Just as he left the house, he saw chat messages in the Ghost Encounter community. I'm surrounded by ghosts in Wanling Mountain. All the ghost tamers on my team are dead. Quickly send reinforcements. Black Cat was very familiar with Wanling Mountain. He returned from the underworld at Wanling Mountain. Without any hesitation, Black Cat set off for Wanling Mountain. The entrance to Wanling Mountain had been sealed off. People in black uniforms were guarding it. Black Cat gazed at Wanling Mountain. It was pitch black. Ghostly aura formed a black mist in the air. This meant there were many ghosts inside the mountain. Ghost tamers arrived one after another. A helicopter slowly descended from the sky. Yunlin, wearing a white jacket and holding an umbrella, appeared before everyone. It must be said, the way he appeared was always so high profile. The moment Yunlin appeared, he became the focus of everyone present. "Cousin, is everyone here?" Yunlin asked Tang Fong. "Everyone who can be mobilized has arrived." There were 32 Jade Ghost emissaries. This was a considerably large scale. The entire Yunchuan, only the Jade Ghost Society, could, in a short period, produce such terrifying power to enter. Yunlin nodded. He led everyone into Mount Wanling. Just as they entered Mount Wanling, at a distance of less than 100 meters, they saw the corpse of a ghost emissary. This ghost emissary had a hole dug out of his chest. The fresh blood on the ground had just congealed. It looked like he had not been dead long. Ling Shi's heart tightened. She slowly drew out ghost energy to protect herself. Life was precious. They had to be extremely careful. Black Cat was not planning to follow Yunlin's group. He intended to go deep into Mount Wanling alone, to see what was happening. "You all go in first. I'll go check the east side." Yunlin and the others did not mind Black Cat's actions. After all, Black Cat was not a crucial figure. Black Cat walked forward along the path. After walking for less than 2 minutes, he saw a ghost. A ghost was aimlessly floating in the air. This ghost quickly noticed Black Cat. It bared its fangs and charged directly at Black Cat. It felt as if it was executing some kind of command. Its movements and attack methods were very stiff. Black Cat brandished his golden blue sword. He struck directly at the ghost. This ghost didn't even dodge, charging straight ahead. It was directly cut in half by Black Cat. Through this brief encounter, Black Cat discovered that these ghosts were being bred by someone. Rather than bred, it was more like they were being controlled. Someone deliberately placed these ghosts here. As for the purpose, that was temporarily unclear. Black Cat continued walking up the mountain path. After reaching the summit, he suddenly heard a series of sounds of stones falling to the ground. Black Cat followed the direction of the sound. He saw a man wearing a blue denim jacket. He was currently huddled on the ground. His body was trembling. The bloodstains on his arm had just scabbed over. There was a bruise on his face. Seeing Black Cat approach, the man started and stared at Black Cat with a tense expression. "Is it a human?" Black Cat nodded. The moment he confirmed Black Cat wasn't a ghost, Zhao Fei seemed to have seen a lifeline and excitedly rushed forward like a drowning man grasping at a straw. "There's a very powerful ghost here. It might be a ghost from the Nightmare Collection. It's too late to run. The Ghost Society members have all entered. This is bad." Zhao Fei felt something was wrong. He had just been chased by that fierce ghost. He was lucky to escape from the clutches of that big ghost, and narrowly saved his life. He wanted to warn everyone in the group not to get involved, but his phone suddenly lost signal. "Where is that powerful ghost you mentioned?" Zhao Fei pointed towards the east. "Over there." Seeing Black Cat walk towards the east, Zhao Fei quickly grabbed Black Cat's hand. He asked Black Cat, "Are you crazy? What are you doing? That ghost is very powerful. It might be a ghost from the Nightmare Collection." "It's fine. I'm going to catch ghosts," Black Cat said casually. Just a ghost from the Nightmare Collection. It wasn't as if Black Cat hadn't seen them before. Zhao Fei saw Black Cat's serious expression. Not at all like he was joking. He unconsciously swallowed. This guy in front of him was either mentally unstable, or he genuinely had real skill. Clearly, Black Cat was the latter. "Do you want me to lead the way for you?" Zhao Fei asked Black Cat. "Okay, Sister Yun Ling. The ghosts here are getting more and more numerous." Ling Shi had just slain a common-level ghost. She reminded Yun Lin. Yun Lin frowned. "I know." As they advanced, there were more and more ghosts on the mountain. Although they were all low-level ghosts, their sheer number made them difficult to handle. Everyone present at this moment summoned their contracted ghosts and began to fight. "Something's wrong. Why does it feel like we're being ambushed by ghosts?" Tang Fong said, frowning. As soon as he said that, everyone present had a solemn expression. Yun Lin's face was also grim. He wasn't stupid. Naturally, he could also sense that they seemed to be surrounded by ghosts. Yun Lin looked into the distance. Only then did he realize that the path down the mountain had been blocked by ghosts. They were now like turtles in a jar, surrounded by this group of ghosts. Yun Lin didn't think that these ghosts could possess such high intelligence. Someone must be pulling the strings behind the scenes. Don't hide. Come out and show yourself. Yun Lin shouted into the air. She looked around in confusion. There seemed to be only ghosts around. No so-called people. Yun Lin, are you being overly sensitive? As Shi's words fell, her pupils gradually widened. There really was someone. On a rock not far away, a person wearing a black jacket appeared. The person wore a black hood. They looked very old, with a face full of wrinkles. The moment the person in black appeared, everyone present became tense. Yun Lin's heart skipped a beat. He had only called out as a test. He didn't expect there to actually be someone. Senior, are these ghosts raised by you? That's right, I raised them. This statement surprised Shi and the others. One person actually raising so many ghosts? What's consumed is not just fame and fortune, but even more the host's strength. Senior, you deliberately led us here. What is your intention? Yun Lin also realized it by now. All of this was a trap. A scheme set up by this old man in front of them. As for those ghost-encountering historians who came before, they must have all died. Zhao Fei was also deliberately kept alive by the old man, to attract more people to this place. I want all of you to die. The old man's tone was very agitated, his voice almost trembling. My darling needs the vital essence of you people to nourish it. Behind us is the Imperial Ghost Society. Are you sure you want to go against the Imperial Ghost Society? After killing all of you, I will find a place to hide. Even the people from the Imperial Ghost Society won't be able to find me. For you people to become the nourishment for my darling is your good fortune. The old man clapped his hands. The surrounding low-level ghosts seemed to go mad, attacking Yun Lin and the others frantically, as if fighting for their lives. Yun Lin drew a sword. His ghost energy directly killed a low-level ghost. These ghosts advanced one after another. One ghost in front. As soon as it died, another ghost immediately rushed up from behind. Yun Lin's contracted ghosts were even struggling to cope, and began to retreat. Hesitantly, the ghost envoys couldn't withstand the ghosts' attacks, and were directly killed by the ghosts. The number of these low-level ghosts was simply too great. They couldn't be fended off at all. Yun Lin and the others were at a disadvantage in the battle. In the distance, the old man in black calmly watched everything unfolding before him. Feeling that the time was ripe, the old man in black took out a patterned sachet. The moment the sachet was taken out, it was incredibly foul-smelling. Even they could smell the pungent stench. It seemed like a damp, musty smell, but also slightly different. It was mixed with the smell of a sewer. The old man acted as if he hadn't smelled the stench at all. He slowly opened the sachet. My darling, come out. As the old man's voice fell, a terrifying pressure was released into the air. A dignified celestial master, for his daughter, had actually fallen to the point of killing people to raise ghosts. As the old man in black's voice fell, a female ghost in white clothes, with disheveled hair, floated in mid-air. Unlike ordinary ghosts, his face lacked the deathly pallor characteristic of ghosts. Instead, it carried an aura of slaughter. He should be on the same level as Chun-Shi. The moment this ghost appeared, Yun Lin and the others immediately stumbled backward, their faces showing apprehension. This group of people, none of them were a match for this female ghost. Kill these people. These are all food I'm giving you. The female ghost didn't hesitate, charging straight towards Yun Lin. Yun Lin used his ghostly energy to block the female ghost's attack. But the young man beside him wasn't as lucky as Yun Lin. The female ghost grabbed the man's body, absorbing his vital essence. The man's body quickly withered. At this moment, Yun Lin and the others were like turtles in a jar. There was no chance for them to escape. Despair was etched on everyone's faces. Only death awaited them. The next moment, The female ghost charged directly in front of Ling Shi, grabbing Ling Shi's neck. Ling Shi felt a chill spread from his neck. He instinctively closed his eyes, thinking his life was about to end. But after waiting for a while, he suddenly felt as if he hadn't died. Ling Shi opened his eyes again, only then seeing a black figure, blocking in front of him, fending off the female ghost's attack. Black Cat! Ling Shi exclaimed in surprise. Fortunately, Black Cat arrived in time. Otherwise Ling Shi would definitely have died. That. Why are you here? Lin Shi's heart first filled with joy, then a touch of despair. What good is it even if Black Cat came? Black Cat can't save all of us. Yun Lin's two contracted ghosts were both injured to varying degrees at this moment. Leave some people to fight these ghosts to the death, creating an opportunity for the others to escape. Yun Lin gave his command unhurriedly. The meaning of this sentence was very clear. It meant sacrificing the lives of some people to buy time for others to escape. This plan was cruel, but also very realistic. Lin Shi gritted her teeth and gestured to Black Cat with her hand, subtly telling Black Cat to follow them and escape later. This little girl is quite kind. It's fine, leave the rest to me. Black Cat comforted Lin Shi. Ling Shi tugged at a corner of Black Cat, quietly reminding him, this kind of cold joke isn't funny at all. We're all going to die here. Don't say things like that. It was no wonder he didn't believe what Black Cat said. After all, he had never seen Black Cat's true strength. Tang Fong Nan Nan said, I heard our ghost encounter team has a level 5 ghost exorcist. If he came, we would be saved today. Don't mention that level 5 ghost exorcist. We should be thinking of ways to survive right now. At this moment, everyone present was ready to fight to the death. Black Cat stared intently at the female ghost, and the female ghost was also watching Black Cat. Then, an unexpected scene occurred. The female ghost actually gave up her attack, turned around and ran away. This female ghost was very fast, running directly in another direction. Yun Lin and the others were all stunned. Originally, these people were prepared to die. Seeing this female ghost run away, their faces were filled with utter bewilderment and shock. It should be said that the moment he saw the female ghost run, he panicked. Is the fat meat that was almost in my mouth just going to run away like this? He came here specifically to capture them. Moreover, this female ghost was quite powerful. How could he let the female ghost escape? Without any hesitation, Black Cat directly chased in the direction the female ghost fled. The old man in black in the distance also stood rooted to the spot, only reacting after being stunned for a good while. He quickly followed after them. Why do his ghosts run when they encounter this man? What exactly is going on? The terrifying female ghost had left. The old man behind the scheme also left. Now only these low-level ghosts around are left. Yun Lin and the others now saw hope. Everyone rushed out with all their might. Yun Lin commanded the people around him. With Yun Lin leading the way, everyone present was fighting with all their might to battle these ghosts in front of them. Soon they carved out a bloody path. Everyone began to retreat along the path. The Black Cat's pursuit of the female ghost looked a bit comical. The Black Cat's eyes turned greedy, as if it had seen some treasure. The next moment, Chun Shi's figure emerged, blocking the female ghost's path. The female ghost swung her sharp claws and fought with Chun Shi. In just a few breaths, she broke free from Chun Shi and continued to flee forward. The more she displayed such extraordinary abilities, the more the Black Cat coveted her. Because this female ghost's potential was infinite. This potential had no offensive effect, but it could allow skill wielders to grow without limit. It was precisely because of this that the Black Cat was so frantic. Every ghost had its own limits. For example, Chun Shi was currently at the nightmare level. At most, she could grow to the fatal level. But this female ghost in front of them was different. Her growth had no upper limit. As long as she was given enough resources, she could reach the fatal level, calamity level, or even become a ghost king. A ghost with such potential, the Black Cat naturally couldn't just let her go. The female ghost was very fast, leaping through the air. The Black Cat, at a distance from the female ghost, of about 5 meters, took out a hairpin and flung it in the direction of the female ghost. The golden hairpin traced an arc in the air and struck the female ghost's chest. The female ghost let out a sharp shriek. In that instant, she lost the ability to resist. The female ghost was pinned to a tree by the golden hairpin. Just as the black cat was about to make its next move, a shout came from afar. "Stop! Hands off my ghost!" The old man in black, seeing the female ghost he had painstakingly nurtured, being harmed by a man, let out a furious roar. Then he took out a blue talisman paper, facing the black cat, full of Chun. She waved her palm, blocking the old man's path, and fought with the old man. The moment the two touched, a burst of electric light surged forth. Lightning surged from the talisman paper in the old man's hand. A bolt of lightning directly struck Xianxia's body. This blow directly made Xianxia's figure dim considerably. Although she was a nightmare-level ghost, she was no match for the old man at this moment. The talisman in this old man's hand must not be simple. And analyzing his movements and actions, this was similar to a certain cultivation technique, just like the black cat's soul-scattering ghost-catching art. But it could be seen that with each of the old man's attacks, the wrinkles on his face became noticeably deeper. Even his movements were slower than before. It seemed that using this kind of lightning required a price. The old man in black quickly rushed in front of the black cat, holding the blue talisman paper between his index and middle fingers. "Boy, if you don't want to die, then scram." At this moment, the old man in black was panting heavily and shouted at the black cat. The black cat showed no fear. He took out a blue long sword and pointed it at the old man in black. Seeing the black cat so unappreciative of his warning, the old man no longer bothered to be polite with the black cat. "Die!" The blue talisman paper in the old man's hand glowed. A bolt of lightning as thick as an arm struck down directly at the black cat. The black cat used his soul-scattering ghost-catching art and used his long sword to block the lightning. The moment it struck the long sword, the black cat's arm went numb from the shock. This old man was the strongest person the black cat had encountered so far. But the black cat was not afraid. The old man in black's life force was clearly diminishing. If this continued, even if the black cat didn't act, he would die on his own. At this moment, the old man also recognized the black cat's move. A desperate smile appeared on his face. "In Chi soul-scattering ghost-catching art. Boy, you really are beyond redemption. Humans actually learned the techniques of In messengers. What incredible luck." The old man knew he was no match for the black cat, and he had just overdrawn his life force. His own life had reached its end. Heaven's will, heaven's will. I've done too many bad deeds. Is this heavenly retribution? The old man muttered to himself in despair. The black cat directly in front was utterly confused. He didn't know what this old man in black was up to. One moment he wanted to kill it. The next he was raving here. The old man suddenly knelt before the black cat. "Young man, please don't kill that female ghost. I beg you." The black cat glanced at the female ghost. Then it looked at the old man in black. The two of them looked somewhat similar. The black cat guessed something. Perhaps this female ghost was his daughter. He used special methods to turn his daughter's ghost into a very powerful ghost. He might have wanted to use this method to have his daughter accompany him. "Don't worry, I won't kill her. I'm just going to adopt her." Hearing the two words, "adopt her," the old man in black let out a deep sigh of relief. Then his body fell to the ground, lifeless. The black cat was very interested in the blue talisman paper. He held 2 talismans, 3 swords, the lightning talisman, fire talisman, heavenly master's ghost-slaying sword, peachwood exorcism sword, copper coin ghost-expelling sword. The lightning talisman refers to the talisman in the black cat's hand. Corresponding to this was also the fire talisman. This old man in black was actually a heavenly master's successor. A dignified heavenly master had actually fallen to the point of killing people and raising ghosts. It was truly lamentable. The black cat accepted the lightning talisman. The black cat walked up to the female ghost and subdued her. "Congratulations, you have gained infinite ghostly essence potential." This trip was truly a huge profit. The black cat, back at Cloud River Villa, lay on the sofa. It was carefully examining the lightning axe. It wanted to learn how to use the lightning axe to add another trump card for itself. Knock, knock, knock. The black cat opened the door. A knocking sound came from outside the door. After the black cat opened the door, Feng Mingyu then opened his satchel and took out a stack of ghost money. Didn't you say a while ago that if I gave you 10,000 ghost money, you could help me raise the realm of my contracted ghost? So Feng Mingyu came to find the black cat, precisely because he wanted the black cat to help him raise his contracted ghost's realm. So the black cat accepted the 10,000 ghost money. What do I need to do? Do I need to take off my clothes? Feng Mingyu asked the black cat, full of anticipation. Stop. Just shut your mouth. Okay? Feng Mingyu then shut his mouth and said nothing. Come out. The black cat shouted in Feng Mingyu's direction. Feng Mingyu did not respond to the black cat. He felt that the black cat was not calling him. Soon after, Feng Mingyu's pupils gradually widened. His contracted ghost had actually come out by itself. The scene was too shocking. The black cat said nothing, took out 3,000 ghost money, and then, in mid-air, it transformed into a mass of dense ghostly essence, which was injected into the contracted ghost's body. And the contracted ghost's aura gradually climbed. Its body's color gradually deepened, advancing from danger level to perilous level. The black cat's seemingly simple operation was indeed simple in reality, but only he, as an Yin master, could do it. People in the mortal realm could not do it. Feng Mingyu truly and clearly felt that his contracted ghost had become perilous level. He showed an expression of joy. Thank you. Thank you so much. If not for the black cat, he didn't know when his contracted ghost would ever be able to advance to perilous level. Feng Mingyu completely did not understand the black cat, how it had done this. Ding-a-ling-ling. The black cat's phone suddenly rang. Lu Feng's voice came from the phone. Brother Black Cat, could you please come to Wanhai Plaza? Lu Feng's voice was trembling. What's wrong? Are you done talking? Hang up the phone quickly. A scolding voice came from the phone. Then the call was hung up. Black Cat's mood suddenly sank. Lu Feng must be in trouble. Your uncle has offended someone recently. Feng Mingyu thought for a moment. If she had to say someone was offended, it was Zhou Tian who kidnapped his daughter some time ago. What about us killing Zhou Tian? Go to Wanhai Plaza. Your uncle is in trouble. Black Cat offered no further explanation. Went out to drive. Wanhai Plaza was particularly lively today. A crowd of people gathered in the very center. One black-clad man had his foot on the middle-aged man's head. Lu Feng, if that kid doesn't come over, I'll kill you today. Lu Feng did not resist, did not beg for mercy. He was like a walking dead man, letting Yuan Chao torment him. He was like a dead man. Yuan Chao saw Lu Feng had no reaction. He cursed angrily. He kicked Lu Feng hard to vent his anger. There were also more than a dozen ghost masters watching the show. Yuan Chao's cousin, Zhou Tian, was dead. The culprits were Lu Feng and Black Cat. As for why Zhou Tian died, he didn't care. Find the murderer and then kill the murderer. This was Yuan Chao's goal. About 10 minutes passed. A Rolls-Royce stopped outside the plaza. Black Cat and Feng Mingyu's figures appeared. In everyone's sight, Yuan Chao recognized Black Cat in the crowd at a glance. You dog! Get over here. Black Cat walked through the crowd to the center of the plaza. He glanced at Lu Feng, who had been brutally beaten. Someone must die. Only then can today's matter be resolved. Black Cat asked Yuan Chao in a cold tone. A hint of bloodlust appeared in the depths of Yuan Chao's eyes. Unless you kneel and beg me. If I'm in a good mood, maybe I can give you a way out. Black Cat scanned the surroundings. There were 9 second-level ghost masters, 3 third-level ghost masters. This lineup is a bit weak. I'll give you 2 choices. Either die or release the person. What? What did you say? Not only did Yuan Chao not take Black Cat's words seriously, he even started to mock him. Did you hear what this guy said? He actually said he'd kill us. Big brother, you didn't hear wrong. He really did say he was going to kill us. This is absolutely the funniest joke I've heard in my life. This group of people didn't take Black Cat seriously at all. Black Cat's eyes narrowed slightly. He took out the blue longsword. The sword body stood upright on the ground. Seeing Black Cat assume a fighting stance, Yuan Chao and the others also summoned their contracted ghosts. More than a dozen people surrounded Black Cat in the center. If you don't want your souls scattered, get lost. Black Cat roared angrily. At this moment, Black Cat did not suppress his ghostly aura. A dense ghostly aura instantly permeated the entire plaza. These contracted ghosts now showed expressions of panic. Yuan Chao and the others couldn't see this ghostly aura, but these contracted ghosts saw it clearly. Although Black Cat wasn't wearing that In's robe, the aura he was emitting at this moment was the aura an Ins should possess. Go kill him, Yuan Chao commanded his contracted ghost. But the contracted ghost seemed not to hear the command. It made no move at all. Not only did his contracted ghost not move, it even showed signs of resistance at this moment. Break the contract. Yuan Chao was dumbfounded. His contracted ghost actually voluntarily broke the contract. Even though breaking the contract would come at a great cost, his contracted ghost still insisted, unilaterally breaking the contract. The contracted ghost's power was greatly diminished. But it really did break the contract. Yuan Chao had an expression of disbelief. It actually broke the contract. Then, and even more surprising,